Welcome, 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 welcome. I think we are live. Welcome to a new Water Wave morning show. We got me, Ricky here, and then we got Wayne in the newsroom over on the other side. Got a lot to talk about today. We're going to get into the Water Wave morning show rapper March Madness bracket pick'em event later on in the show. But we're going to let a lot of people get in here first before we get to that. But yeah, how's your day going? We haven't seen you in like 5 days.
Oh man, it's been good, man. It's been good. Man, just got my chai tea, man. You know what I mean? Chai tea latte, almond milk. You know what I mean? No espresso. So we just doing good, man. How about you, man?
Been smooth, been smooth. We had our show on Friday, last Friday, went well, and it seemed like that Boozy show was lit too.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. I definitely been seeing nothing but good things about that, man. It seems like whenever Boozy comes around, he's like the real Robin Hood of like the world for us. Like he just I don't know. Like every time he comes around to the state, I don't hear nothing but good shit. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Boozy.
Yeah,
man.
shout out to everyone that put that together, the Echelon Music Group.
Who was that? Was
I
that
think that's
Stuff Weezy? Was that Stuff Weezy and Kwame?
Yep, and then I think
Shout out to
the Maestro promoter, if you've heard of him, I think he's the Echelon Music Group guy.
Okay.
I think that's his crew. I could be wrong, but I know he was involved with the.
Shout out to Minnesota,
the
man.
event
You know
as
what I mean?
well.
We kind of we getting bigger as a state when it comes to that entertainment shit for these dudes that want to come here and you know spend their time and get their bread and you know it's like an investment getting returned back right away. You know what I mean? Because everybody wins at the end of the day. So shout out to everybody involved with that.
Hell yeah. Was do you have any shows that you've gone to recently at all?
Hell yeah, Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang?
Wu-Tang. Watching
They were in
Wu-Tang.
Minnesota? Oh no, you TV shows.
Tell me. See, I'm such a movie buff. No, shows I went to.
Concerts?
Listen. No, the last concert bro I went to was Benny the Butcher when he came here. He's at the Varsity. That was like that had to be
was
like
a while ago.
that was like right before COVID hit.
Because Benny the Butcher and Joel Santana were here at Skyway like 6 months ago.
Oh, for it? Yes.
And that was Maestro's crew that put that
How was
together,
that?
too.
Was that good?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
It was dope because it was like an actual Griselda concert, so they all was here. So that shit was.
Yeah.
They like some Wu-Tang type of artists. You know what I mean?
I mean, you're a big Wu-Tang fan?
Yeah, I fuck with Wu-Tang heavy. I'm big on '90s rap anyway. Like I love '90s rap. That's like ain't nothing better than that to me. Not '90s, early 2000s. Really, I ain't gonna lie. When 2012, that's when I feel like producers truly got better than the artists. Before you had some fire producers, but the artists would just kind of go off each other well. But now, I think the producers is just shitting on majority of the rappers. Majority, not all, but majority.
Some of these rapper albums be like fucking producer tapes with you just singing behind them.
Literally, like
The producers would be snapping on
they
these
be going
beats.
crazy. They save them. They literally save them. I'm like, what the fuck? These samples are just whoo.
You know what I mean? Let's get into some news while we're here. First thing that just happened yesterday is this Sean Kemp news. Very, very interesting. I seen a video of him just like ringing off a shot or two, like in the mall parking lot. The story reads, Seattle Supersonics legend Sean Kemp was booked into Pierce County Jail on Wednesday. Oh wow, they just gave me an ad in the middle of me reading that. It's great. Kemp was booked into jail in connection with the drive-by shooting outside Tacoma Mall. The shooting call came into police just before 2 p.m. Shots were fired from a passing vehicle in the parking lot on the northeast side of the mall near Courtsey Tire Store. Police said nobody was hurt in the shooting and that the suspect, initially identified as a 53-year-old man, was detained at the scene. So, yeah.
And Sean Kemp, you need to sit your old ass down, man. Like, what's going on, bro?
Yeah.
I'm glad nobody got hurt. I'm super glad nobody got hurt because you know, I mean, at least we don't even get to hit you with the Ja Morant shit. Like, oh, maybe he'll learn from this. What the fuck is going on? That shit is just crazy, man. Sean Kemp. I'm gonna wait till more details come out because I want to know what happened. You know what I mean? But for right now, that just doesn't look good. You know what I mean? Especially because your career as a player wasn't clean anyway. Like they say, homie used to be doing all types of wild shit during his career. You know what I mean? Like he was a part of that cocaine circus that Michael Jordan was talking about. Probably.
Jeez.
Facts.
Yeah, I mean times were different back then for sure.
Super, bro. The dudes was drinking beer during like post game. Like, don't get me wrong, we seen Clay do it that one time. I know people gonna try to bring that up years ago when Clay was drinking a beer before, but like that shit it was wild to see after a game. Cats is drinking beer and shit. Like, what the fuck? Smoking cigarettes and shit.
Someone a little off topic story, but someone from my high school who was like it was before my time, but he was like the biggest. His name was I don't want to air him out.
All
He,
right.
he was like the big. Everyone probably knows the story, but he was like the biggest star for my high school basketball team and before my time. But he showed up to the game like drunk one time. And the coach like didn't let him play, and then after his career, he tried to rob a bank in Mankato, but he was like the most well-known figure in Mankato at the time, and he was like 6'8", like a big ass dude, and like they just knew who it was instantly just off of the stature.
I heard of that. I didn't know that he was that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I low key. We'll talk about that off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, because I mean, I'm sure you could look it up. I don't know if he's free now and has moved on and become a better person. So I don't want to.
It's funny as fuck, bro. I'm such like like I be like thirsty for like news and shit like that. So I do like I swear to God, I feel like I know who you're talking about, but I can't. This shit happened like
It was probably around like around your class. I feel like.
okay, yeah, I know
Yeah.
exactly. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
because I was
I
when I was
remember-
younger
know
and
what
I didn't even know about it at the time because I was too young to even know about that.
yeah, that shit's crazy.
But in other news, like, speaking of the John Morant news, the Grizzlies announced major update on John Morant's gun suspension, which is just a crazy title. The
Crazy
Memphis
title.
Grizzlies had previously kept John Morant away from the team for 2 games, both of which came in Los Angeles against the Clippers and Lakers. Upon their return back home, the Grizzlies made a major announcement that revealed Morant will miss at least 4 more games.
I said that today.
This was yesterday's article written by the Fan Nation,
They gonna
but
make
I
his
did
ass go to
see
counseling.
that what the NBA wanted to suspend him for like 50 games or indefinitely if you've seen anything.
Yeah, they were trying to give him that
Since
Gilbert
then.
Arenas treatment, man. Like you remember when Gilbert Arenas brought the gun into the locker room with his teammates, Javaris Credenton, I forgot his name. But yeah, I feel like it was just more of that. They don't want that shit in the league, man. To be honest, you don't need that shit in the league. Like y'all motherfuckers are successful. Like it ain't too many words you gotta say to Ja. It's like common sense shit. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I hope homie's getting the help he needs if that's what he needs. You know what I mean? Some counseling, because people do be going through shit that we don't know about also. So I ain't gonna just throw it on the young fella, but he definitely got to be held accountable for the shit he's done though.
Yeah. One sec. I just realized I accidentally have the I accidentally have this in a mode where you can't chat, so I have to change that real quick. Yeah, I was like, why is this chat not working? One second. I might have to honestly restart the
Let's go.
live
Just fucking
stream.
restart.
Yeah, we're gonna restart the live stream and be right back for y'all real quick because I don't want to fuck this up. So you'll see a part 2 here, unless I'm trying to edit it right now. It doesn't let me edit because I guess because in YouTube you're supposed to switch if it's made for kids or not,
Yeah.
and I guess I just didn't hit that button. Oh, age restrictions, advanced. Wait. Automatic chapter, no. Oh, no, it's not made for kids. Okay, never mind. I might not have to redo it. Let me see if it fixed. Because that'd be bad even just overall.
I know.
For after. Okay,
Oh, no,
it's
open.
back.
Yeah,
It's back.
open.
All right.
Yeah.
Chat away now. Chat. Be in the chat right now. Need to know who's all in here. Because I was like, damn, we definitely need the chat in here.
Exactly.
Especially when we get into this March Madness part. Exactly. That's going to be fun in here. In other news, I want to pull up the article before I get too deep. But are you familiar with Omi and a Hellcat?
Say that again.
Omi and a Hellcat. He
Oh, that's the scammer.
the scammer guy that sold the Amazon Fire sticks or whatever back in the day, and then made a YouTube channel about how to get rich and like have fancy cars and shit, and then released those Nike shoes, like the ones that look like Jordan ones that have the lightning bolt, and he copied like the Air Kai look. Well, Omi and a Hellcat has recently he just got charged for that stuff he did back in the day with the Amazon Fire sticks, and I just want to make sure. Yeah, one day ago, Bill Omar, Omi and a Hellcat, a 36-year-old known online as Omi and a Hellcat, was sentenced to 5.5 years in prison after a years-long investigation concluded with a 62-count federal indictment accusing him of conspiracy to commit copyright infringement, tax evasion, and fraud. So he's getting 5.5 years for
It's federal shit too, right?
Yeah, for what he did, basically. It's crazy.
Hey man, that Hey, you live and die by it, man. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I tell people that now. The scamming, people so comfortable scamming nowadays. The shit is like
It could catch up, especially if you're doing it on a level that he was. Oh, and he's supposed to pay. Is the word? He's supposed to pay 30 million as well. In let's see. In addition to a 66-month sentence, Omina Hellcat was ordered to forfeit 30 million in assets and pay 15 million in restitution to the cable companies involved in the IRS. So he's gonna. So yeah, 30 million in assets he has to get rid of, and 50, he has to pay 15 million.
hey man, he played himself, man. He played himself, and honestly, I'm one of those like I said, man. Like I'm never happy if anybody's in jail, like unless you're like a rapist or a racist or a pedophile or some shit like that. And I don't think they belong in jail. They belong somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
But this shit is just one of those things where I look at it like, bro, this is what you signed up for. You know what I mean? Like this is the outcome of what you was doing. You know what I mean? Risk reward. Is you being richer worth your lifespan being shorter? Yeah, that's Loaded Lux. Y'all know about that Loaded Lux bar right there. But no, but it's just like I don't know, bro. He hopefully the young boys can learn from the shit. Cause it's
Yeah,
just
use him as an example.
yeah, use it as an example because the shit it don't even make sense.
Yeah, because some people might have even like with all this like the PPP fraud and all that type of stuff, credit card scamming. Like some of you might have ran up like almost close to like what he did in that shit. Like fucking $30 million. I know there's definitely people that have ran up that and they've gotten in trouble for it. There was a guy that was like super famous on Instagram for being like flexing this rich life back in the day, and then the IRS finally like
Caught up with
caught up with him
him.
because they're like, well, why is this guy buying all these cars? How is he buying these cars? Flying these private jets, traveling
Right.
and whatnot. Can you turn the volume all the way down? I don't know if the mic can pick it up, but I just want to just want to make sure it doesn't. Um, but yeah, shit. If y'all out here scamming religiously
Religiously.
and thinking that you're just never gonna get in trouble because you haven't yet, they wait until you've done a lot to hit you up and be like, yo, we know you did this.
Did you hear about homie in New York a couple years ago?
Mm-mm.
This motherfucker was scamming U.S. Bank, right?
Mm.
He got a U.S. Bank tattoo.
Whoa.
Got a U.S. Bank tattoo. He started flaunting the tattoo. What happened? They came for him. They got him. Told on everybody involved. It's terrible.
That's crazy.
Terrible. You know what I mean?
He said, I'm gonna get the tattoo.
The tattoo though, like, bro, scamming is too comfortable in the motherfucking in the culture nowadays. And when people try to excuse that shit, nah, cause what scamming is lazy. That's what it is. You being lazy. Now I'm not telling people to be perfect, okay? I'm just saying it's too the over amount of glorification for some shit is wild. When we was kids, yeah, it was certain things that motherfuckers did as far as like trying to get money, hustle, grind, whatever. But the scamming is you trying to get over on real people.
Mm-hmm.
And like if you were one of them real scammers where you getting over on companies and you Millie Rock doing that's cool. But half you motherfuckers be trying to scam your homies, and that culture is just terrible. So that's all I gotta say about
Yeah,
scamming.
and that stuff's been around forever, like
Right.
fake checks and whatever. Like
Mhm.
all them like nowadays it's a lot of like credit card swiping and um what like PPP loans because of COVID and all this
That
crazy
shit
shit.
crazy.
But like the scamming shit's been around forever, and so it's not like it's a new thing that there's like, oh, we can get by with them because they haven't figured out how to
Right.
stop it or catch it yet. But it's like, no, they wait until you've done enough, like,
And then they get you.
and then they get you because it's like, oh, whatever, we scam for 50K. That doesn't, we can't do much about that because there's bigger fish to fry. But as soon as you hit that like $250K $1 million in scams over the past few weeks, like they're waiting, like they're like, oh dang, he just did it again. Oh, he did it. Like they're waiting, like they wait so they can build a case on you.
That's literally what it is. They wait. So that's why it's like, hey man, go ahead, keep on, you know what I mean, digging a grave for yourself more. It's fucked up. So he got 5 years.
Yep, 5.5 years,
Hey, man.
depending on like
I guess we'll just
he
follow
he
that
will
case.
probably end up being able to get out early and doing some type of probation because it's like a non-violent crime, like whatever. They probably find a way, but I'm sure he'll do at least 2 or 3 years in there before he
Might
gets
do.
any chance to get out.
If it's federal, you might do he might have to do 90%. He might do 4. Like 4.5. Like 4. Like I don't. Damn man, he played himself, man. But hey, you live and you learn, right?
So we got some updates on the Minnesota cannabis laws, right?
Yeah.
Um, I'm trying to find the exact a similar article to what you sent me. Oh, here we go. 22 hours ago, an update via the marijuana movement. A bill to legalize marijuana in Minnesota has been approved in its 12th House committee, with more still to come as a Senate companion version also continues to advance. The House Economic Development Finance and Policy Committee passed a legalization from Rep. Zach Stevenson in a 7-5 vote on Wednesday. I have no clue what any of that means,
Yeah,
but
man.
I'm
Honestly,
sure it's the next step to
it's
get.
just that's really what it is. Just the next step in getting the bill passed. You know, they've been trying to get the bill passed for a minute now, man. So it's just another step in that regard. And I only really thought it was newsworthy because I see the overwhelming amount of dumbass people online saying shit like, "Oh, when a dispensary comes, y'all weed man, who people that sell weed and then shit like
Bro.
that," where it's just like,
You gotta understand, the day that this weed becomes legal, I can stand outside and sell weed without a license. It's only gonna help the trappers.
that's what I told them. They don't get it.
They don't get it. It's literally until we're like a couple years deep and like, they start, you need a license for this, you need a license for that. Like literally right now, like it's available for the 5 milligram gummy law we have, and like Delta 9 flower or whatever. Anybody can buy that shit and sell it. I can sell it in our store right now if I wanted to, as long as you just have the right packaging and it says, it's labels. It says child safe. It has a lock on. It's if it's a child safe packaging, it has the correct information, and you're not going over the limits. Like, you're probably never gonna get random inspector's gonna walk in and test your product.
Right.
But you never know. And you could get in trouble if you're selling full grade shit. But the day that shit becomes legalized, anybody that has that rents a lease anywhere can open up the next day and sell weed out of it.
Yeah.
Sell weed out of it.
It's gonna help everybody. And the funniest shit to me is, you motherfuckers don't even like certain. Y'all complain about paying certain prices on the street. Y'all do know, right? Y'all, for the people that don't know, that don't go out of town, that's never been to a dispensary, you paying like 200 for a half. You paying like 120 for a 7. You paying about 90 for a 3.5. Well, you know what I mean? Like, I done been out of town and I done spent 150 on a fucking 150 on a fucking quarter just because I wanted to feel good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like one of those things where it's like, yeah and no. You still gonna come to me. I'm talking shit. But no.
Shit. But yeah, like, it's literally as easy as you can sell it like it's fucking candy out the candy store. Like, and the thing is, that's not even federally taxed yet. So it's like, the only thing that you have to be smart, and most people like would honestly prefer this, is that most of them are cash only, because it's not legal from federally legal yet, and all the banks are most federally owned or whatever. So you, like, even if you go to most dispensaries and you pay with a card, it's technically a cashless ATM. Like, I was just in Illinois recently, and you swipe your card, and they charge you like the ATM fee, and it's basically just like you're paying cash. It's a loophole basically of like, we're gonna swipe your card, but it's not a debit card transaction. You're gonna get charged a $3 ATM fee for doing it, and then we're just gonna take the $100 out of your card. Like, if it's a debit card, you can't use a credit card, obviously, or you could go to the ATM and do the same thing, give them cash. But it's a cash only business too.
That's crazy. You know, it's funny. I didn't notice that till you said it, because when I was in Vegas, and I think I was at, what the fuck was that? Planet something. Like, it's low key like one of the best dispensaries there.
Where
at?
at?
It was in Vegas.
Planet 13.
Planet 13. Yup. Planet 13. Yup. Mike Tyson and shit was there too when I went there. Shit was random. But yeah, we had to go to the ATM to. If I remember correctly, we had to go to the ATM because like if people was at the ATM like packed like. So we didn't use card, but no, that's just I fuck with it, man. If they bring it here, I would appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of people would too. But you know how bougie we is in Minnesota, the motherfuckers. They probably really will only go to the dispensary. It'll be some people that can't afford, but yeah, I don't know, man. I'm with it.
Yeah, cause and realistically, like, people are gonna. It's only gonna just make it easier to smoke weed outside and not have to be paranoid or smell like weed going into a building, and not be like, oh, that dude smells like weed. Like it's like, no, like, it's gonna be acceptable. And there's gonna be people that have never smoked before are gonna now start being like, shit, I'll give it a try. Or like, I've even had like like my dad, for example, when we went to Vegas, he had never touched like weed for like 20 years
For real.
because like he just had issues with, that drug and substances in the past when he was like, a teenager or
Mm,
20, early 20s. He was just he passed on it and he's now, became a better person since then. We go to Vegas and he's like, "Oh, I'll try the lightest edibles they have, gummies, little 5 milligram gummies." He like ate one of those or even like half of one,
he was lit.
went and played some poker. By the time when he went to bed and woke up the next morning, he said that's the best sleep he's had in 20 years.
For
Like
real.
he woke up and he didn't have like a sore back because he's done like construction his whole life and shit. And now it's just like a standard practice for him to like, if he's a little too sore, you just now edibles are legal in Minnesota. You go buy your little 5 milligram edibles. He'll literally cut them in half and eat like one before bed, and he'll just have a really good sleep. So there's a lot of benefits to even just
A lot of
instead of like potheads that can now like legally be high in front of
Right.
everybody. And I think there'll still be rules on like you can't smoke in public and shit like
They
that.
normally
But
even do that shit like even in Vegas. You're not supposed to
you
smoke.
can't smoke on the strip
Yeah,
and
you
shit.
can't smoke on the strips, but they don't enforce that shit like that.
Yeah,
But
as long as you're not like puffing it in people's face or walking
Yeah,
through a
don't-
crowded, like
don't
a
be a
really large
dickhead.
crowd, you could kind of, you could go off into the cut a little bit in a little alley and smoke, and no one's gonna care because it's in the air anyways. Shout out everybody in the chat. Make sure you hear your voice there. Shout out Jake. Shout out Blockboy. Shout out L Don. Shout out June the Kid in the building. Shout out Vincey the Prince. Shout out Jamie or Jam.
no, that's Jamie. Yup.
Jamie.
Yup.
I couldn't tell if that was
Rose.
that's Concrete Rose. Shout out Concrete Rose in the building. Oh yeah, June the Kid said he ain't lying. I spent 70 for an eighth at the Dispo in
For
Cali for
real.
some mid. Is what
For
he said.
real. Hey, yo, June. Shout out June. Man, yeah, for real. That shit is wild, bro.
Mm-hmm.
People don't understand that shit. That's why I'm like, nah, bro. Y'all complain about spending 50 for a 3.5. There's no way you're gonna be smart, bro. I don't believe you.
Oh me. One sec. Did I just? Alright, whatever. One other thing I want to talk about is where'd it go? I had it pulled up. Oh, just like a Khalil Azad story update since we've been covering it the past few
man.
days. So they released the body cam footage. For all of you that haven't seen any of it, here's a slight clip that I compiled on our page to just show like a little sneak peek of it because it's an hour-long video. Obviously we couldn't just like post the whole thing on Instagram and stuff, but if you are interested and you haven't seen the footage yet, there is a link in the Waterwave TV Instagram to it. I'm not gonna play the audio because I don't even have that set up right now for you to see, but throughout the whole thing, they never even like showed Khalil Azad in any, like he wasn't in any of the footage.
It was. I
right?
ain't gonna lie. That shit they put out. It literally. Remember what I said last time when I was like, "Give us the whole thing. Don't give us parts of video where y'all want it." And then like, remember I also said the audio. Bro, they was cutting shit out.
Yeah.
That's what I was talking about. What the fuck was y'all saying, man? Man. That shit right there is what I didn't want to see. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all didn't show nothing. And the fact it looks like y'all hiding shit, y'all giving people that time to, well, fuck that. His family's already saying that like the timestamps wasn't on the fucking video or some shit like
There's
that.
no, yeah, and it was really weird how they released it, especially because it took them so long. There was no timestamps. It was an hour-long video, and they uploaded it to YouTube as an unlisted video. So the only way you can view that video is if you go to their website, click on their link.
It's unlisted.
It's unlisted, which means like I understand that they don't maybe want to just make it public on YouTube, but if you want to release it to the public, why don't you just make the YouTube video public? Because when a YouTube video is unlisted, you have to have the direct link from the creator to view it. So like they have a link on their website that, I attached the link in our bio so you can go to their website and then click the link to watch it, which is like it's all right, but it just makes it like another extra step to finding that video, and it's a little bit, but obviously people are gonna find it and share it. It's gonna get
That's
out.
wild. I didn't know that.
But yeah, I don't know. Didn't timestamp it. Super long video. Like I was watching for a while, like 20 minutes straight, and I'm like, what am I looking for here? They're just like, they're just standing around talking. It's cutting a little bit. Audio's like blurring out, and I skim through and find parts where like, all right, now they're in the woods. Like, let's see what they're talking about. Or
Right.
now they're in a different area. Like, what are they talking about now? And then I go to the end just to see if they ever found the dude or anything, and they never show the guy in the video. I'm
Man,
just
that
like,
shit,
damn.
yeah, bro. Aren't they doing a protest?
I think that they did.
They did yesterday.
Yeah, I think they did it. Yeah, was it whatever it was? Whatever day the footage came out, which I think was yesterday, right?
It's
Yeah.
gonna get hotter.
So
they about to send.
protested, but yeah, because 'cause I don't know, because I just don't think that footage gave people enough answers. It gave them some to at least show some context of like, hey, he was pulled over, he did run into the
But
woods,
they didn't even show him get
but
pulled over
they
though.
couldn't show because so they showed them in the car chase. I don't know if you've seen the car footage.
Mm.
So they had the dash cam footage on there as well. So they did show the car chase of him like I mean you can't see who's
Where's it
driving.
start though? Does it
It
start like?
starts in the street of just like chasing him and then
So it just starts with them chasing him.
chasing
See,
him.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
how come? Why can't? Where's the rest of that footage?
Yeah.
If you want to show something, they do it. Or you listen. Y'all do it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as y'all try to legally say, "Oh, the cop had a right to defend himself when he killed somebody," y'all put that shit out instantly. It'll be the full video. It'll be like a whole damn 2 hours before it happened.
Mm-hmm.
So I just don't understand why why we can't get a full video. I don't understand. Like, cause it'll be that simple. If you just played it from start to beginning with none of this weird shit, give us some timestamps, make it make sense.
Mm-hmm.
People ain't gonna buy that shit, and they not buying that shit.
No. Yeah, and even his family had spoken out and said that they thought it was tampered with, and obviously it was. It wasn't clear cut at all. At all.
Yeah, they definitely fucked with
But
that
yeah,
shit.
but yeah. So they're like showing that basically just chasing him, and he's not pulling over. Obviously, he goes into like the opposite lane of the oncoming traffic, and then eventually pulls up onto the curb by like the park or the woods or whatever park it was that
You
they
see him
pulled
run
up
out the
to.
cars?
So when you don't actually see him get out the car because it's on the left side and the cop car is on the right side, and then all you see is just the passenger sticking their hands out the window, and then they shine the lights, pull their guns out, and then the passengers get out with their hands up, and then they go to the car slowly, and there's no one else in the car, and they basically like he fled the scene instantly, but you never even see him leave the car, which
Who
is
the
just
fuck is he? Flash? Like, how fast was this dude? Like, I
Yeah.
don't see shit like that. Where it's man, bro. What happened? What happened? He get out the car and he knock one of you niggas out and y'all couldn't hold the L, so y'all jumped him. Y'all couldn't, oh no, I'm not finna get fired for this. So y'all, nah, bro. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
Did they even take pictures of the cops afterwards, or nothing probably happened because they just went about their business?
Yeah, it ended as them just saying we've been out here for an hour, like it's
find
time
him.
to call
Let's go.
Yeah, it's time to call it quits. And it's like an hour, like you only look for an hour though. It's like damn, like an hour.
That don't even make sense, bro. I remember when I was a kid one time and we did some bad shit and we all had to run and I ended up hiding in the spot and that cop was there for like 4 hours. You telling me a grown man that gets pulled over in a speed chase with a cop, it gets pulled over around a park, they know he's not in his car, you telling me they just leave him? Come on, man. Cops are not that fucking, they're too petty. I'm not gonna let that fucking asshole get away. I'm gonna find that fucking asshole. That's how they think. Like, come on, bro.
I don't know. I feel like they gotta. I feel like I don't know. There's gotta be. There's definitely more angles. There's gotta. Like I feel like were they only out there for an hour and then that was it? Like I don't know.
A homeless dude found him. You
Has
see that in
anyone-
the chat? Somebody you see that?
Has anyone went back and found the homeless dude that found him? Because the family said when they went to the lake and saw the homeless dude, he was beat up and he told them the police did it. I haven't
What
heard
the
about
fuck?
that. I didn't know who discovered his body, but
Hey, we gotta find this homeless dude. That's
Yeah.
crazy. They probably got him too.
Because what if? Because he was found. Apparently, like the report was that he was found dead, right? So if the homeless man found him, unless the homeless man seen it all and then found him 2 days later as well.
Come on, bro. I didn't even know it was a homeless man until
Yeah.
she just said that shit.
I didn't know that story. At
That
all.
shit's wild. No, I'm about to look into that. Where's the homeless man at?
Yeah, where he at?
They probably, man.
Just go back to the area. You might be able to find him. I don't know.
Shit, maybe. Hey, yo, where's Bones? We don't know where Bones is, man.
Mm-hmm.
He's not around here no more. The Men in Black got him. No, this.
Probably. I mean,
But no, that's crazy. I definitely didn't know it was a homeless dude involved in that shit.
yeah, I didn't.
R.I.P. man to Khalid Azad, man. That shit's unfortunate, man. Like I said, we gonna continue to talk about this because I feel like more is just gonna come out each day. This is what they say, developing story right now. It's developing, man.
Mm-hmm. Well, what do you think? Should we get into this March Madness shit?
March Madness. I think it's time, man.
Okay.
think
Give me
it's
like
time.
so for all of you guys that don't know or haven't seen our Instagrams and you're just in this live, we are putting together a Minnesota March Madness bracket. And this is a PSA to all of you artists out there. We can only fit so many on this bracket. I fuck with every single one of y'all out there. Not every single one of you, obviously, but I fuck with a handful, hundreds of you out there. We can fit 32 artists on this male bracket. We're doing 16 on the female bracket, and we're doing around 16 on the mainstream bracket for Minnesota, like around that ballpark. And we're gonna go back and forth throwing out names of who we both have seen going crazy these past couple years to make this bracket. And we cannot fit every single one of you on there. We're not doing a 500 person bracket. I'm not making graphics for 500 people. You know what I mean? Like, there's 500 of you that could arguably be on this bracket.
Yeah.
But we're just going to pick some names. We're going to have some fun, and it's going to help Minnesota grow in general. And I know some of you hating ass artists are going to be in the comments like, why am I not on there? Man, use this as some motivation to do some hot shit, because there's a reason why neither of us put you on there, I guess.
Right.
Besides, and one of the reasons is just because we can't fit everybody. I have a list of like 60 artists in front of me, and I know I like only 16 of the ones I wrote down are going to be on there, and he probably has a good group as well, and only 16 of the ones he wrote on there are going to be able to make it, because that's just how March Madness goes. There's a lot of, sleeper college teams that don't make it as well, and they probably feel like, fuck, we should have got that bid.
Facts.
Just how it goes. But
man, so my homie's not finna make this list, man, so
it's all for fun, man. It's just fun and games. But let me I think this is the best way to do it. Let me just add this title: Minnesota Rap March Madness. And I realized I had a typo in our graphics. I wrote March Madness with 2 D's the whole,
Did you?
and all of them. And I didn't even know that was wrong until like
shit, we all wrong because nobody corrected me about that shit either.
They weren't even they just seen Minnesota March. They just seen Minnesota Rap.
Literally.
They said, if I'm not on this shit, bro, I swear to God, you don't know shit.
Bro, somebody on Facebook gonna ask me what time. I literally looked on the fly. I'm like, he wrote what time? Literally on it say 10 a.m. Like
someone messaged me like, how can I be a part of this? And there's like a whole video of me explaining, or like, do I have to be there in person to get involved, or
you didn't watch the video?
Yeah, or like someone's like, can I sign up for this? Someone asked me if they could sign up, and I was just like, did you not even read the post?
They asked you if they could sign up.
They asked if they could sign up for the March Madness bracket, and I was just like, bro, did you not listen like at all? Like,
homie definitely didn't watch the video, bro. That says a lot.
Let me just all right. So first, I feel like we should do the mainstream one first, so that it gets the people out of the way.
Yeah, let's do that.
So they won't be like, oh damn, you forgot this person, or you didn't throw this person in there. So we're gonna do a separate one for the mainstream people in Minnesota. We don't have very many of them, but
we got to get them their flowers though, because they made it out.
Yeah, and it's in a sense they're not necessarily mainstream like a Drake or a Travis Scott or like a fucking Jack Harlow is on nowadays. But for Minnesota, basically just the people that have made it out of Minnesota, maybe signed a deal or even just been doing their shit for so long that I just don't want to put them in a category with like these rising stars or people. And there is some OGs that are going to be in the underground bracket as well, but just some people that it's like, if I put them up against like someone else, like, and you go off of their accolades and shit that they have done in the past, it's just in reality it's just not comparable. Right. But that's why we're separating the brackets. So it's two different things this is all for the fans. This ain't to make the artist happy. This is for the fans' engagement, for y'all to have some fun. You know, I ain't really worried about the artist's feelings, because at the end of the day, like, if you really think you the best and you out here doing your shit, you shouldn't even care what we have to say.
That's a fact.
It's just what we're trying to have some fun. We're trying to build this scene. We're trying to make this a more collaborative, fun environment for everybody. And I think making this bracket is just one step out of the million steps that people need to take to talk they shit.
Let's get it.
But all right, so let me change this font because this shit is not gonna look right. All right, so for the Minnesota mainstream bracket, we kind of already shared our list for this one because it's kind of cut straightforward. But for the first name, I gotta pull up the bracket. Tweaking. 1 second. Display capture. Boom. Okay. Let me make this full screen for y'all and then put it down here, and then make us small in the corner. You see what I'm doing over here, guys? You see the edits. You see the edits going down, man. You see what's going down. Damn, this shit kind of fire. Yeah, I know how to use Photoshop. I'm out here working. I know how to use Photoshop a little bit. Been doing it for years, man. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. All right. So Let me see. Do we even have 16 names? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have 13 names for the mainstream side of things. And also, I'm curious, do you want to add any alternative genres to this mainstream one? Because there's one name that I know is going to be controversial if we don't put on there is Libyanka because of how crazy she's been going, but she's not a rapper. She makes like Afro
Nah,
music,
she's not
Afro
a
pop.
rapper. No, it's about rap.
It's about rap, right? We're
Right.
sticking with rap,
We're
hip
sticking
hop,
to that lane.
slightly pop music
Yeah,
potentially. Because like,
yeah.
okay, so yeah, we'll stick with rap and pop as a main focus. So shout out Libyanka, you would be the queen of this whole competition if we put you in here. So
Yeah.
if we did a different genre or we opened up to all genres, I know you would win the whole thing. But for the first name, we got pretty self-explanatory, I'd say, but is Young Gravy, right?
Yeah.
Young Gravy's got to be on here.
Got to put Young Gravy on there,
Young
man.
Gravy's got to be on here.
You know
Mainstream.
he shitted on St. Paul, but I forgive you, Young Gravy.
Yeah, yeah. Even though he had some sly remarks about Twin Cities, Minneapolis, and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's undeniable that he is he's one of, if not the biggest name out of Minnesota right now.
And I saw his ass with Lisa Ann. I was jealous. I was like, what the fuck are you doing with her?
That's his thing right now. Is
word?
Well, I mean, no, I'm not
probably-
not his thing as in like he's dating, but his thing to be with porn stars. Like
Hey,
he's
man.
been with a lot of porn stars and MILFs, and that's like his whole like facade.
He's a legend if he got Lisa Ann. I know she reads good time stories.
Jesus. All right. Next, we can go through this one a little bit faster. Is an OG in the game. And see, I'm trying to think. I should almost go like back and forth on this thing, but
Where would you put? I know, and I'm waiting. Where would you put Minnesota?
I mean, he would still have to be like an underground, right? 'Cause
Underground, yeah, that's
he
fair.
hasn't.
I just want. Okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Right? I mean,
Yeah,
unless, I mean,
no.
if you want to throw him in here, this is a collaborative thing.
I was just
so.
thinking. I was just thinking. Like when you said atmosphere, I was thinking a little bit. I don't know why I thought of him, but I'm like, you know what?
We do got 3 more spots on that list if you want to add a few more. Because some people have to get a buy. But next on that list, yeah, you already said it. Do you want to announce it? The next one we have on it?
Atmosphere, man.
Atmosphere.
Yeah, man.
How do you spell atmosphere, man? Photoshop don't got autocorrect for spelling. So we got Atmosphere also on the mainstream list, which is pretty self-explanatory as well. Up next after that, the man himself, I don't need no other label. I'll start my own label with me and my friends. Prof. Stop House.
He been doing this thing.
Prof does honestly, he's probably the best performer in Minnesota right now when it comes to.
Think so?
Yeah.
He the best one?
Yeah.
I'm about to. All right, yeah.
At least the work he
we
puts
gotta
in.
do like a top 5 performers.
Yeah, have you ever seen any of his shows?
I seen the fucking TikTok he made, and that shit went like that shit gotta have like 1 million views by now. Where he was doing shit pre like sound check shit, and like he's doing his little thing, and then he's doing the same thing when the crowd's out there, but it's sunk in. So yeah, I just seeing that shit, I was like, God damn, and they was listening to him. God damn it, it wasn't like they was just in the crowd. You know what I mean? So. Yeah, I definitely seen that. I haven't seen a bunch of his performances though.
Shout out his whole team over there. Willy Wonka's his DJ too. It goes super crazy. But yeah, he'll bring out like the whole floaty thing and stand on it and get carried around the crowd on like a big carpet thing. And he always goes crazy at Soundset too, whenever Soundset was going on. But after that, we got your man that's in the same building as you.
Facts.
Mr. Crypto Cuts.
Facts. Alan Kingdom, yo.
Yeah. Alan Kingdom. People can argue that he isn't at the peak of his career to where he maybe was at one point. But
he got a song with Kanye.
He got a song with Kanye.
And that shit bang.
It bangs. He's done a lot. I mean, he's done a lot of other shit too. But I mean, that's already like, that's not a lot of people in Minnesota can say they've done a lot of things that he has.
I was gonna say people like having a Kanye feature is like. Well, not these days. It's probably not worth much, but you know what I mean. At that time when he did it, that shit was important. Everybody was claiming his ass in Minnesota when he dropped that shit. Because I didn't even know him before that. People was, oh, you know he's from Minnesota, right? So yeah, man, he definitely got to make the list just based off of that.
It's been around for a while. Another one who is, I know a lot of y'all that don't know shit, that think you know everything, don't know this guy and he's probably the most influential on this whole list. is Corbin, aka Spooky Black. If you haven't, he was basically like the Lil Peep before Lil Peep. He inspired artists like Kid Laroi. It's crazy. Corbin didn't drop a song for it was like a few years, and then all of a sudden he features on Kid Laroi's newest song. Like
Really?
it was like this was like a couple years ago now, but like and then Kid Laroi said in an interview that Corbin was like his big like one of his biggest inspirations, favorite artists growing up.
Damn.
And he was part of the Bobby Raps clique, and Alan Kingdom and all them people back then that were like doing their thing. So shout out Corbin. I'm gonna just put Corbin, aka Spooky Black, for all of you that know him as that. But he changed his name um, a while ago. I'm not putting these people anywhere in any particular order by seeding or anything, so we'll have to kind of just see who people end up having to go against each other at the end.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how we gonna do that? We gonna have a little poll system.
Well, I think we'll just kind of just randomize it because how people are gonna vote for this as well. If you didn't know, is there's gonna be I'll make the graphics and I'll send them to you too, so we can use the same ones. But you'll be able to vote on the Waterwave TV Instagram as well as the Say No More podcast Instagram because I think it'll be good for both of us to connect it with both of our fans. And then we will tally up both of our votes at the end of that 24-hour period. I'll have him screenshot them, send them to me, and I'll look at ours. We'll add them all up together, and whoever wins will advance to the next round, and we'll do the same thing until we get to the end for all three brackets. So we still got a lot to get through. Maybe we got might we have to move a little bit quicker. But after that, we got Corbin's counterpart, who I just announced. Your high school classmate.
Yeah, man.
You want to announce him and talk about him at all?
Yeah, man. Shout out to Bobby Raps, man. You know what I mean? St. Paul Central, man. He know the vibes, man. Bobby got to make the list, man. Bobby. And people like, and I understand people might be like, Bobby's not, you don't drop man. The motherfucker is like, he's really a producer. You know what I mean? I look at Bobby as a dope producer. I don't really look at him as an artist, but the fact that his production skills and where it's brought him, he did shit for the weekend. This dude has done shit for countless people in the game right now. So it's like, how can we not put him on the bracket? And he can rap. You know what I'm saying? He can rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just more of a producer, but his impact alone, he got to make the list for real.
Man, this dude's wrote for Future, man. This dude wrote a song for Future.
How does that? Don't that sound like? Come on, bro. Come on, Bobby got to make it, man.
Next, our first female on the list used to go by Nimic Revenue. Now she goes by Revy. She's got to be on this part of the list too, right? I know this is a
chat. She just made a good point.
I can't see the chat because I have my notes pulled up. But what'd she say? Or who say?
What was the young lady that passed away? Lexi
Leger. Yeah. She should probably be on here too.
She said like honorable mention for that side.
Shit, we could throw her on here as well.
Honestly. I agree.
Because we do. That's why it was like because we learning from y'all too. Because
I was gonna say that's why we need engagement. Yeah, because I agree with that. I definitely agree. She definitely deserves to be on here.
So let's just throw her before we get to the next one. Let's just throw her right up there. Let's give a shout out and some love because Lexi LJ
she was on her way. She
was about to sign to
when she would Kalani, right? Light skin chick.
Yeah, she was about to sign to her, and I'm a little sad because what she passed away in what like
was that like
2019, 2018
I think it was like before COVID.
Yeah, because that was like before I even knew a lot about what was going on in Minnesota because I started Waterwave in 2018, and I didn't move to Minneapolis until like 2019.
Right.
So like I didn't know too much about her legacy, but I see everyone talking about her all the fucking time.
She had mad potential.
Especially Juice Lord. Shout out Juice Lord. They must have been really close to each other.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I always see him talking about her.
Shout out my boy.
I don't wanna spell her name wrong. Let me look in the chat. I know it's a tough.
She passed away in 2020.
In 2020. Lexi L. This won't be the final graphic by any means. I'm going to make a fancy one for our Instagram. Boom. Hopefully I didn't spell it wrong. All right. Lexi LJ is on there as well. San said, genuine question. Is this a rap bracket or an artist bracket? Ella Corbin has shifted from Spooky Black. Hey, this is just overall your whole career. So
one. Yeah, I was gonna
this
say
is the main, and this is the mainstream one too.
Yeah,
but Corbin Black falls under like, because I said Corbin Black, Spooky Black or Corbin. He's definitely not like a hardcore rapper by any means, but he's done a lot of work with Bobby Raps, who is a rapper and kind of like has that shit. But and he has rapped on some songs. Like he was just on a song with Skrillex, Chief Keef, and he didn't necessarily like. I don't know. We're basically just separating, like you're not gonna see any bands on here. You're not gonna see any country singers, any rock and roll singers, any Afro beats, anything like that right now, because that's just a completely different genre. But we're playing a little bit. Corbin might be the stretch of any stretch on this list for hip hop, but we'll give him his flowers where it's due for everything he has done in the past. And if you are in the chat, make sure you're saying your piece of in your notes and shit like that, what you think, who we're missing. But this is just the start. We do got, for anyone just tuning in, we are doing a female and male bracket as well. This is just going to be a compilation of male and female mainstream Minnesota who their names ring bell in Minnesota, basically Minnesota mainstream, not the world mainstream. But next on the list, this one, he could potentially be in one or the other, but since his name has been buzzing around for a long time and he has signed a deal, even though it was a group deal, I feel like we got to throw Jay Plaza in the mainstream bracket. What you think about that?
Said, man, it's see me personally, it's two guys on this list that I just noticed now. It's him and the guy that comes next, but we're gonna stay on him first, right?
Mm-hmm.
And with them, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
You can go either way, but it's like
you can go either way,
but I wouldn't. The type of artist that we're gonna throw in the underground bracket, a Jay Plaza, is just so far into the music industry, farther than these other cats. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
That's kind of the judgment on if you go in the mainstream bracket or you're not, or if you're like if I said Jay Plaza to like 10 random people that walked in our store that looked like, that are around our age group, they'll know the name Jay Plaza. If I bring up someone that's probably going to be in the bracket earlier or later, they might know him because like they're from the same area, but it's not just gonna be like, oh yeah, Jay Plaza, I know he's been doing this, but yeah. And right now, I think I'm gonna stick with just the way that I throw it up here. Jay Plaza is going to go up against Atmosphere in the first round. So
well, yeah, do that. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
because I agree. I agree with what you said because he's not like a little nigga, but he's bigger than, you know what I mean, the other dudes. But I can't put him at the table with the big guys yet, almost. But
yeah,
he is bigger than the under. You know what I mean?
Than a lot of the names we'll put on the underground.
He is. That's why I was kind of
not even if his stream not even if his streams are hitting as much as maybe some people were gonna put in the underground, but it's just the history of what you've done.
Right.
Basically, it's how I see it.
I'll give him that. So that'll be an interesting first round. We'll see how they vote on it.
There's gonna be another name that I know some of y'all are gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
And I'm gonna say it. Can I say it?
Yeah.
Mac Irv. He should not be. He should not be on this list. I'm just saying.
Should we put him? But would we put him in the underground list though? You want to put him in the underground?
I think he should be in the underground. No disrespect to Mac Irv, man. Hey, you can hoop like a motherfucker, boy. I used to be at some of your games. Dude's really cold, but nah, I can't. Jay Plaza barely, like, because you said we had that about him, and Jay Plaza's bigger than him. It's like not even a question. Like they already did the verses. You know what I'm saying?
They do the verses.
Yeah, and like that's what I'm saying. So it's one of them things to me where it's like, if we giving Jay Plaza that much, you know what I mean? Like, Mac definitely can't make it just based off of that. That's just how I feel.
Maybe so. Actually, instead of putting Jay Plaza against Atmosphere, so if we
against Mac,
I'm saying we should like. Because some people are going to have first round buys.
True.
Do we give the first round buy to like a Young Gravy and Atmosphere because they've done the most? Do we do that?
Yep. It's only right.
Yeah.
Especially Young Gravy.
Let's just throw Plaza for now up against on the bottom against Allen Kingdom. I feel like that's pretty fair.
I like that.
So Mac Irv is going to be in the other bracket for a spoiler for all of you.
Sorry, Mac.
After Mac Irv, this one I think could go either way, but if we're talking Minnesota mainstream, I think he belongs in there. He just about sold out First Avenue. Not many people can say they've done that, but Nerdy. Very could go either way as well. But if we're talking like Minnesota mainstream, Nerdy is fucking up there.
Facts.
Nerdy is at this point more popular than Allen Kingdom, more popular than a Jay Plaza, more popular than a Nimic Revenue.
Yeah.
Where he's at right now, I would say Nerdy belongs in here.
And you're right. And I like how you said that because we have to specify Minnesota mainstream, which means he's bigger than most of the people in Minnesota. And so people have to consider that.
And that was my only argument with Mac Irv, mainly off of his last album.
Right.
Because his last album he did very good numbers. It was The Breakthrough. Is that what it was called?
Did he drop that?
It was a while. It was like a couple years ago. Maybe even it was a while ago. But I know he has taken a break from music. I don't think he's dropped much recently. But that'd be the only reason why I would have, compared him in this list. But Nerdy, Minnesota mainstream for show. Not mainstream in the whole world by any means. I'm not saying that.
Right.
Not many not many people on this list are. But after that, we get down to the one that is kind of up right now.
Hell yeah.
From your city. You
Oh,
want to
man.
say his name, shout him out?
Casey Pluto, man. Shout out to fucking him, man. He definitely deserved to make the list. You know why? Because he's on the freshman cover. He made a freshman cover. He got songs with motherfucking Kanye. He did damn near he got a whole mixtape with Kanye, damn near, if you add up all the tracks they did together. You know what I'm saying? He works with Free Casanova from Brooklyn. Worked with him early in his career. Nah, hell yeah, he got to make the list. Casey going crazy, man. We fuck with Casey over here for sure.
Hell yeah.
Who the fuck's going? I feel bad. Who the fuck goes up against him?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's the fans that are going to be voting on who wins. So some people are going to win and some people are going to lose. Maybe their music's better, maybe it's not, but it's really up to the fans. And I think Casey got a stronger fan base than a lot of people. But as of now, I don't know if it'll change at all, but he's going up against Nimick in the first round, which may be a good matchup because of local who follows us and stuff. It could go either way.
What's the last track?
After that,
what's the last track Nimick dropped?
I know she actually announced that she took a break a while ago. But
okay.
if we're just
Get your health right.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. She's back in the scene. She's opening up for a few shows and stuff like bigger artists around the country recently. But yeah,
we'll be
she's
watching.
back. Next is a controversial one just off of if she's actually from here or not. But I know if we don't include her, some people are going to say, what about her? And that's Lizzo. She shows a lot of love to Minnesota. She shouted out Mike the Martyr and Nerdy on a Nardwuar interview.
Did she?
Yeah, it was like when she went to Vancouver or somewhere in Canada for her one of her shows. She did a Nardwuar interview, shout out Mike the Martyr and Nerdy. And so that means she does have ties in Minnesota. So she represents Minnesota like in interviews. She was born in Houston, but she moved here when she was like 7 and started her music career in Minnesota. And there's a lot of you that weren't born in Minnesota but claim Minnesota out there.
A lot of y'all.
So there's a lot of y'all. So Lizzo is included.
Yeah, she definitely counts. Yeah.
Lizzo is included. Oh shit. Moved around thing.
Lizzo, Casey. Oh no, they both probably get a first round bye, huh?
So yeah, maybe we might have to move this around a little bit when we're done. But for now, I'm gonna just throw her up against fucking Young. I'll just put her next to Young Gray. We'll have to move it around a little bit to see who deserves those first round buys,
right?
And whatnot. But for now, we'll just throw them up there. And then the last one we have on this list, is another one that some people. What am I doing? What's going on? Some people definitely don't. Maybe not see him as a mainstream guy, but in Minnesota, his name definitely carries weight. He signed to a record label with one of the richest guys in the world, in the entertainment world, and that is Lil James.
Yeah, man, Lil James got to make the list, man. Like, the fact that, like you said, man, I mean, he signed to a rich guy that can't read, but the fact that he signed to a rich guy and he signed to a label who's actually, like, it's Floyd, bro. Like, that's the money team. You know what I'm saying? Like, if anybody else was signed to Floyd, y'all would be using that shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that would be, I'm signed to Floyd. So, in his music, you know, it's not really for me, but he has his own little fucking following. People like his music. People rock with him.
He got a big movement. So, right now, we kind of just have to decide who we want to go up against each other for the first round. I definitely want to give Lexi Alger a first round bye. I feel like that's worth the respect right there.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's give Lexi Alger a first round bye. And then, so 3 people get first round buys. We give Atmosphere a first round bye. So we give Lexi Alger a first round bye. Do we give out of these 3 people? Do we give Prof we can pick 2 out of these 3? Atmosphere, Young Gravy, Prof, or even Lizzo if we want to give her a first round bye too. But I feel like we might as well put Lizzo up against somebody just because it's a controversial if she's actually from Minnesota or not. But
yeah, I would think so. Like, this shit's kind of. Because I was thinking about Lexi. I'm like, man, I don't want people getting their fucking feelings if, like, we put up a poll and it's like whoever she goes against and the poll is like, you know what I'm saying?
If she doesn't win it or
yeah,
something.
bro. It's like, I could see, you know, how sensitive people are. Like,
so we could even put like I mean, if we didn't include her in the actual competition, but said like honorable mention, respects due to Lexi.
Yeah, let's do that.
Should we do, because I feel like at the end of the day, like everybody's gonna want to vote for her,
Facts.
rightfully so, because of the impact she made on a lot of people, as well as someone said Lil Shine in the chat. Hey, we're getting to the underground. We're getting there. Trust me. He's gonna be in there. He's still underground. He's still underground.
Hey, Jake, funny as shit.
Someone said y'all might need security after this. Oh man.
Yeah, I got 2 armed security, man.
Let's give like a an honorable mention and a rest in peace to Lexi Alger. She'll be the face of this tournament.
Yeah, facts.
The March Madness mainstream tournament, Lexi Alger will be like the
Bill O'Brien trophy, like when people win like the finals and shit.
Yeah, something like that.
Some shit like that. Yeah,
we'll honor her separately because
R.I.P.
Because she is the only one that has passed on this list. So I feel like we should just honor her a little separately.
Yep.
So that leaves Atmosphere, Young Gravy, Prof, and Lizzo with first round buys. Are we cool with that?
This underground male one is gonna get
we haven't. Hey, for everyone that's just tuning in, this is just the mainstream one. We haven't even got to the female and male underground bracket yet. So we're gonna get there. We're probably gonna have to go out over the hour and a half today, but we're gonna get there. But yeah, so we cool with this?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
And then for matchups, we got Spooky Black or Corbin versus Nerdy, Nimic Revenue versus Casey, Prof with the bye, Young Gravy with the bye, Atmosphere with the bye, Bobby Raps versus Lil James is gonna be an interesting one. Jay Plaza versus Allen Kingdom, and then Lizzo with the first round bye. So let me save this real quick so I don't lose it. Oh. Actually, let me just take this down real quick while I don't know. Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna show something on here I don't want to show. But yeah, we're gonna get right into the female bracket right after I save this March Madness.
Do it for the girls.
Bracket. All right. Jake Fairclough and Rocky must have scammed.
I ain't gonna lie,
man.
man.
He should be up there.
Rocky's not making this list off of that video I saw. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I'm sorry. He can't. I talked about that on Say No More. I don't want to get it too much about it, but Rocky lost all credibility, and it has something to do with what you just said, because he did scam us. He scammed us out of me thinking never mind. I'm not getting into all that, bro.
I have heard a lot of
He ain't making no list over here, bro.
a lot of stuff about that.
He should have did yeah. Them niggas in Denver, shit. That's all I gotta say. But yeah. Rocky not on here.
I mean, he hasn't.
What the last time he's dropped, bro?
Yeah, I don't honestly.
I feel like he dropped like since like the Super Bowl was here. I'm sick. Like that shit is like at least like he had a. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, next, let's get into the female side of things.
You're right, Jake.
Let's get into the female side of things. All right.
Let's do it.
We can go back and forth with names here, but first one that we'll throw up there, who has been going crazy for a few years, and she continues to build her name and build her following and build her credibility, and I believe she's performing at South by Southwest this year. That is NZ Rose.
NZ Rose is a motherfucking dog. Like,
definitely got to be up there. You just did the Free World interview too.
Yeah, shout out to Free World, man. You know what I mean? I fuck with all them, man. You know what I mean? They just young guy energy, so I fuck with it, man. But yeah, NZ, I feel like it might be her time this year too. You know what I'm saying? Like I could see her. Shit, one person seeing one of her songs or her videos and instantly just, hey, let's meet, let's sign something. You know what I'm saying? Cause she's a top dog, like for real.
For real. And then after that, you got someone you want to throw in there?
Yeah,
you can kind of go any around your whole list. I know we kind of swapped the list a little bit, but you can shout out who you want to shout out, and I'll shout out who I want to show. So.
I bet we can go back. I bet. I'm gonna shout out Jamie, man. You know what I mean? Concrete Road. She been doing her motherfucking thing. You know what I'm saying? Drop with Free God Savvy. You know what I'm saying? She been dropping nonstop, a little low key, like. You know what I mean? She getting active out here. She definitely like, you know, she was in the cipher that Child Trap right that he set up a couple months ago. So she been doing her thing. So I put her on the list for me for sure.
Cool. Next, who I'm gonna throw on there is another rising star who gives me kind of younger NZ vibes, even though she's probably older than NZ, but how NZ used to be. And she has been making a huge wave in the Minnesota music scene, performing at a bunch of shows and taking the extra step to make her shows good, which is Big Kia.
Yeah, Big Kia. Yeah.
Big Kia has been.
Yeah, she's
honestly one of the female artists of the year so far in 2023. I know we're really early on in the year, but everything that she's done, she's doing a lot of shit for everybody out here.
Yeah, she's fire. Like she definitely had the best, the most memorable from the Trap Right cipher. She was like talking the way I don't know.
She was on the Trap Right cipher too.
Akita?
Big Kia?
Oh, Big
No,
Key.
Big Kia.
My bad. I thought you said it. Okay, I misheard you. Yep. No, she wasn't. Her freestyle on what podcast? Tezzy and them podcast was lit though. She did a freestyle on there.
Cool. And yeah, Jamie said she goes by Jamie now, not Concrete Rose anymore. So I'll fix that there for you. Got it fixed for you. But yeah, shout out Kia, going absolutely crazy. Who you want up there next?
Man, I gotta roll with Carson Blue, man.
There you go.
She in Atlanta her own low key because I'm just learning more about her. You know what I mean? Like just literally just learning more about her, like everything. You know what I mean? From the persona, how she moves. You know what I mean? How she live and all that shit. So I definitely think you know what I mean. She makes the list for sure.
I mean, all right. I'm trying to get my shit back up. Up next is actually someone that has been shouted out in the chat a lot. Is Ricky Monique. A lot of people are just saying her name in there, and I completely spaced on adding her in here. But does she make rap?
I was gonna say, is she a rapper though?
Does she do rap though?
I thought she was more like a soulful.
I want to at least
like a Lauryn Hill.
I want to at least acknowledge her, but
it'll be kind of hard because
I feel like we don't have a full female list anyways at the moment, so I don't think it would hurt to throw her in there because it is an alternative style.
It is alternative for sure, yeah.
And even like NZ Rose, like
I was just about to say that.
NZ Rose has kind of faded away from rapping a little bit this year too. So I feel like let's just throw her up there. Why not? We had a couple extra spots that we didn't fill before, and that is why we have the chat. So the chat, you are helping build this. Everyone that is in here live, all 20 of you in here watching live right now, is helping build.
And some of the names that y'all saying, we got them on here too.
Yep. So you just gotta wait.
Yeah,
and see.
I was gonna say some of the names y'all saying, we definitely got them on here.
Ricky, I want to make sure I spell this right. Someone said, "Where is B Dot?" Just wait, we ain't done.
We not done.
We ain't done yet. We have 4 names up here. You see all these lines. I just want to make sure I spelled this right. Even if it's wrong, this is not the final graphic. Anyway, if y'all are just tuning in, I know we got people tuning in all over the place. We just did the mainstream bracket. If you missed that, you could go back and watch it when we're done. We're doing the female one right now, and then male bracket after that. But next, who you want to throw up there next?
Man, I gotta throw Kiki G in there, man. Kiki G, man, she like remind me of like the '90s rapper Da Brat. For y'all youngins that don't know Da Brat, well, y'all know about Da Brat now. She's pregnant for some reason, but yeah, Kiki G, man, she's fucking hard. You know what I mean? I'll put her in there. She really like remind me of like a female like King Von type of rapper. You know what I mean? So yeah, I definitely rock with her for sure, man.
Facts. Next one I want to throw up there is someone who performed at our last show, and I wasn't too tapped in with her until like 4 or 5 months ago, and I started to get to know a little bit more about her and listen to more of her music. But that is SJ, the Afrocentric Ratchet.
No, she cold. Hey, that video she got, oh my god, I forgot the name of the song. I ain't gonna lie, I'm not a liar, so I ain't gonna lie. She got all the girls dancing. They dancing in the crib and all that shit. That song is dope, and the video is doper. You know what I mean? She definitely got to make it.
So shout out SJ for sure. Got to be in there. Who you want up next?
Man, who we got next, man? Beam me up. Let me see who I was just looking at my shit pulled up right.
I need another screen.
No.
Hey man, because this is
I
a
wrote my shit down,
effort.
y'all. So
it's a collaborative effort here. We going back and forth. Thinking up names.
I don't want to miss nobody out. Man. I don't know if a lot of people know her, but I think It's a Queen should be on there. You ever heard of her? It's a Queen.
It's a Queen?
Yeah,
like ISSA Queen?
Yep. Okay. Look her up. She got some dope shit. I fuck with her style and all that. Got like a little Kemp type of swag to her. You know what I mean? If y'all not familiar with her, go to YouTube, look her up. She's dope. She got some shit.
Fine. Yeah, because this is exactly why I wanted to do this together, is because you have insight on artists I don't know, and if I miss out on them and you can maybe bring them in like you just did, then yeah. Even like the Jamie, I wasn't too familiar with her until you brought her up, when we were talking about this. So that's just fire that we can, bring this together. And we have, I was thinking about it too, we have 2 completely different, we grew up in completely different areas and know a lot of different people, so it's perfect that we can kind of come together and do this. Right. Next, let's just throw her out there since we already talked about, but Nakara
Yup.
Forjay.
Yeah, she's dope. She's dope.
Mm-hmm.
Yup.
Super dope.
She's super dope. I was actually gonna say her before It's a Queen, but I just wanted to give her some love because she ain't, you know what I mean? Like, she been performing and shit, but when it comes down to certain people, they don't fucking promote well on social media. So sometimes you gotta push motherfuckers. Like, hey man, promote yourself. But
Yeah,
yeah,
another thing
Car definitely.
I'd like to say too, I was thinking about it yesterday. There is a fat abundance of male rappers in Minnesota.
There's so many.
Like there's so many, and there's nowhere near as many female artists. But females are quality over quantity out here.
They're killing these dudes.
Like
They killing these dudes, bro.
females are quality. That's why we only have we're doing 16 for the females and we're doing 32 for the males. Not because we don't fuck with you as much. One, because there's just not as many, and two, really it's because there's not as many.
Right.
But in reality, you guys have quality over quantity for show. Like the percentage of good female artists to how many female artists there is in Minnesota compared to the percentage of good male artists to how many artists there is in Minnesota, it's the women are winning that
Yeah, they
that
kicking their
stat for
ass.
show.
They kicking their ass.
They're kicking butt.
I gotta go add B dot next, man. I know we didn't put her on there, so we might as well just add B dot on there.
Yeah.
She's dope.
Is it's B. Croc for a rap name, full name, right? Or is it just B.
I thought it was just B dot, but I'm not
Or is
gonna
that
lie.
just her Instagram? I'll just throw. We'll fix it later. We'll put her up against the young bull, Big Kia. Fuck it. Up next, I'm probably gonna spell her name wrong, but hopefully, maybe I've typed it in my notes right, but maybe wrong. But I want to throw out Quita Lachey. If you're familiar with Quita Lachey, hopefully I'm not. I mean, we'll spell it right on the actual graphic. If I'm spelling it wrong here, but Quita Lachey, super talented artist. I think it's actually Ricky from Packed House Live's little sister.
I think that is a sister.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's super fire. I've seen like a lot of her ciphers, listened to a few of her songs and stuff like that. So shout out her. She definitely deserves to be on here.
For sure. I got I ain't honestly I don't think she dropped in a minute, but she was going crazy most of 2022. One Thick Nerd. I don't know her.
Nerdy Star.
Nerdy Star. Yeah, that's her.
Nerdy
Yeah.
Star. She used to make music with 50 Tyson, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Like she was like 50 Tyson's like counterpart when he
Counterpart,
was like
yeah.
in Sign back in the day, wasn't he?
I think so. Something
Or
like
wasn't
that.
she?
They definitely collabed on some shit together.
Mm-hmm.
I put her up there though for sure. We already said Akita, I thought.
We said her, but someone brought her up, and we were just like, we'll put her on her.
Oh well, yeah. Yeah, I thought. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, I thought I said Akita's name already. I put Akita on there before her. Then
Wait, Akita? Who? Nakar? Who?
Akita. Ain't that? And am I saying her name wrong? The one that was in the cipher with Trap Right. Shit, Jake just said her name. I know I can't be saying her name wrong. She did the Trap Right fucking cipher. She had low key one of the best joints
Yeah,
on there.
we can throw her on there. We don't have her on here yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, she definitely belongs on there. She watch that Trap Right for a cipher, bro. She went crazy.
I didn't know they did another one.
Yeah, they did another one. Yeah, because Jamie,
See,
Jamie's
Trap
on
Right
there.
be doing cool ass shit, but I never hear about it. Like I
Probably
don't
promotion.
like. Yeah, I never hear about it. No one's telling. Like this is the first time I heard about it.
For real?
Yeah,
right.
right
You
now.
gotta check that shit out.
Like
They
how the
all
fuck
went
am I just
crazy.
hearing about this? Like I got no one telling me this shit. A key.
Yeah, I'll put her on there.
Got
Yeah.
you. See, Jake, you might as well have been here.
Low key, man.
All right.
But no, I could have sworn I said her name first. But yeah, she real fire.
So we got 3 spots left.
Mm.
Do we even have? We might have more than 3 names left. Let's go out there. Let's throw. Shit, we do got more than 3 names though. Someone's
Did you
gonna
say-
get cut.
Did you say Big Bottle Wanda?
I haven't, but that was who I was just about to say.
Okay, cool. Okay,
Big
that's all. Yeah.
Bottle. Is it Wyana?
It's WY.
A-N and then A. Yeah.
Yup.
I just don't know how to pronounce it exactly.
I don't know how to
but
pronounce it.
I'm so bad. If you guys haven't been able to tell, I can't pronounce nobody's names. We'll put her up against SJ just because they both got long ass names.
Long ass names. Facts.
After that, who you think? We got 2 spots left.
Man, I'm a butcher.
I see one name in the chat that I have written down that I'll probably throw out if you don't.
What's that?
Cha Chocolate. I don't know if you're too familiar with her.
Yeah, I'm
But
familiar with her.
she kind of gives me like the city girl vibes of like
City girl
going down
vibes.
that lane of like I don't even know, just like she doing like a bunch of photo shoots and like advertising yourself as like I think she hosts clubs and stuff too sometimes here and there. Could be completely wrong, but we'll throw her out there. I know she has out of a lot of females that are even on this list, she's done a lot more events than some of these other people out here. So we'll throw her out there. And we got one spot left. So
and I have no more names.
I got one more name. Actually, I got two more names, and we can debate on.
Let's debate on it. Yeah.
So I got May Vium, who I wasn't too familiar with until we were coming up with these lists, but she's fire.
Not familiar.
And then I have Cocaine Kari, who has been around a lot longer, who has done a lot of cool ass shit.
Didn't you just do the cipher with her?
Yep, that's dropping today at noon for all of you. She's doing her Draw on the Mic video drops today at noon.
Yeah, she's dope. I like her.
Yeah, so I think if I'm going off of my personal judgment and who I actually know and not just like, oh, I just, did some research before we did this, I'm picking Coke. We might as well throw Cocaine Kari in there to fill up this up.
Yeah, okay. We can do that.
Oh, not even typing.
Now, the moment you know, it's fine.
I just tilted this.
Oh shit!
Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me finish this one. Woo! All right, so here is the official female bracket. No buys. 16 artists. Yell at Wayne for who we missed. This is all on him. This is all his opinion. None of this has to do with me. Hey man, just have some fun with us, man. Have some fun with us. But yeah, Cocaine Kari to round it up. This is the final bracket. Let me save it real quick so I can we'll make a nicer one. If y'all want to screenshot this and get mad on the internet already, you can go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. Just make sure you tag us.
Yeah,
because I don't have any logos on the screen right now. So
I want to reshare that shit. So talk y'all shit, and so we can reshare you talking shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We love you, looking ass.
All right. So now I gotta bring out the big guns with a 32 team bracket.
Yeah, this is the one. This is the one.
Here comes the dudes to curse y'all out. Oh shit. And it sucks because there's okay, I'm just gonna reiterate it since we're here right now. When we make this list right here with all with the male artists, I fuck with all of y'all, man. Not all of y'all, but most of y'all. We can only pick 32 of you. We want to pick all of y'all, but we can't. We can only fit 32 on this bracket we're about to make. It's a very mixed types of artists on there. There's going to be people from different cities, some people from the burbs, most likely, some people from St. Paul, Minneapolis, BP. We're mixing it up. This is supposed to help everything grow. It's not about you. It's about Minnesota. And this isn't going to go much farther than helping grow. Why do I got to pick a Kai Cenat? Because of our last thing, June the Kid. Our last video we did. Because Bobby Raps was on Kai Cenat's live stream. We talked about in the last morning show. If you were in here, you would know. But this ain't about you. This ain't about making sure we're picking the top 32 artists in Minnesota to represent Minnesota right. This is about engagement. This is about people we just see doing our thing, who we personally like, who we've seen kind of doing our thing. And I listen to hundreds of y'all on a weekly basis. No, on a monthly basis. So let me not cap. On a yearly basis. I listen to thousands of y'all. But we can't put everybody on here. So don't get in your feelings. Support your friends. Support the people that are from your same neighborhood. Support the people that are from your same state. Whoever you think should win when we're done with the bracket, if it's not you. Because that's the most selfish shit when I say, who do y'all think should be on this? And artists are tagging themselves. Like, no. Like, get your fans to do it. And even then, if you're just posting, like, go tag me in there, like, it doesn't mean that you are the biggest and best. But the overall Minnesota scene is on the rise. And this is only going to help. So let me get this ready. Wayne, if you want to talk any of your shit while I get it ready, go ahead.
Oh yeah, man.
Camera's all on you.
Y'all know what time it is, man. We about to get into the underground, you know what I mean? The men here, you know what I mean? It's a lot of you motherfuckers, man. You know what I'm saying? So y'all just maintain and enjoy the motherfucking show, man. You know what I mean? Like, don't come over here. Don't come over here with your feelings. I ain't your therapist. You know what I'm saying? Go see your therapist. You know what I mean? These is opinions. So we gonna get down to this shit, goddammit. Cause this list is crazy. Mm-hmm. We added some names. You know what I mean? Some names people probably don't know, but you know, that's why we here. Yeah, I like this list a lot.
All right.
To this, yeah.
Let's.
You want to go in order from like top to bottom, or you want to just kind of just
no? So that's just a list that I compiled of names because I knew that you would have some other names as well.
Okay, cool.
So
Say no more. We got it.
So literally, that list that I sent you is just the people I came up with to get maybe if just in case you blank on someone, you can come off my list too. But if you got your own list of your own artists, I want whoever you want on
I
there,
definitely got.
and whoever I say on there, it's gonna go on there. This is a collaborative effort.
All right, let's do it.
It ain't the water wave list. It ain't Ricky, random white kid, in front of a camera's list.
Yeah,
we all here. We doing
building.
this shit. We just it's both of us here.
Yep, we building.
So, I want to start it off with someone, and this is going to be a crazy way to start it because a lot of you don't know this person, but you should. He probably has more streams than anybody will put on here. He went to Studio 4. Shout out Studio 4. They've bred a lot of dope artists recently. Been going absolutely crazy. He's being posted on all these hyper pop type blogs, owning the underground scene out here. If you don't know this guy, just tap in with him and you'll see why he's on this list. He just turned 18 years old. I'm going to put Lil Shine out here. Not saying he's the number 1 seed, but I just want to get him out the way. Because I know there was already even someone in the comments like Lil Shine should be in the mainstream one, which, give it next year if we do this, his ass will probably be on the mainstream one the way he's moving right now. And he's been tapped in, like, if any of you guys are familiar with, like, you know, that underground scene, like Autumn and Summers and fucking, I don't even, just that type of crew. If you guys, like, he was making music with them before they were them type shit. So I'm going to just throw that one out there to get that controversial one that some of you in this chat probably don't know, but just tap in with him. He's doing something a lot different than a lot of other rappers in Minnesota are. And I don't think he's the number 1 seed by any means because we're not doing it that way, but just tap in with him before you get mad.
All right, you say Lil Sean?
Yep.
All right, man. For my first one, I'm gonna have to go with my guy Cashanova, man.
Cashanova,
his whole clique, man. They've been dropping. You know what I mean? They've been working.
The High Speed Collective. Shout out them.
Yeah, shout out to all of them. You know what I mean? I gotta put him on there, cause bro.
And he was a name that
me and you were talking about, you know, cause like, you know, he kind of would have been on that fence with, you know, the J Plazas and, you know, but you know, I just thought that we should just keep him under here because I feel like he's literally one of the best dudes that's here that hasn't signed to a real major, but he's known. So I got to give him his flowers.
Yeah, Cashanova for sure. Like, he was on the fence of going in the mainstream one, but I think he still represents Minnesota harder than anything.
Hard as hell.
Harder than almost anyone out here.
Hard as hell.
Not all of his music videos. Most of his music videos, he got a Twins jersey on. He got some St. Paul shit on. Something. He wearing Minnesota shit in most of his videos.
On the west side.
Up next, we might as well just get him out the way since everybody knows he's going to be on here at some point anyways, but that's Mac Irv. Yeah. Do we want to throw him on here or do we want to just exclude him? Because he's kind of been out of the game for a while.
I kind of want to exclude Mac Irv.
We could just exclude Mac Irv, but let it be known for the record. Shout out Mac Irv. You've done your thing.
Yep.
But you're just kind of in this middle game of like, do we put you in the mainstream? Do we put you with the underground?
Yeah, we're going to put you at home. How about that?
Yeah, and I don't think, and he's the type, I mean, we got a lot of love for each other. So, we got a lot of love for each other, so I don't think it's gonna be anywhere. But instead of that, I'll throw out another young artist on the rise, and that's A. Hilfiger.
Yeah, I like him.
He's got to be on here.
He's I didn't even realize how young dude was.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but I think he's either still in high school, just graduated. Like he's still a teenager for sure. And yeah, so he got to be in there for sure.
Definitely got to be on there, man. Shit, man. So me, I think I'm gonna have to go with I'm gonna go with Juice Lord, man.
Juice Lord.
I'm gonna go with Juice Lord, man. You know what I mean? He got a project coming out. Was it 8th inning, 9th inning?
8th inning.
Got the 8th inning.
The show is on March 13th, which is Monday.
Yep, it's Monday. Yep.
Monday. Y'all should be there. Go see Juice Lord perform live.
That's gonna be dope for him, man. That's like yeah, we gotta put Juice Lord on there.
And just another friendly reminder: these are not in any particular order. By best to worst or anything, so we are literally just
filling the bracket out.
There's no seedings on here. It's gonna be random. Another person that was on that I want to throw on here that I almost think like, depending on what year we did this, he could have been in the mainstream one. But that's Tarzan. Depending on what year we did this bracket, but as of now, I'd say he's still a very local St. Paul centered artist.
Yeah. Shout out to Tarzan.
But yeah,
if you talk,
Tarzan.
Man,
but
I understand what you're saying. The way you said it, depending on the year, because I think bro got like natural views. I think he got like one of the most highest viewed videos in Minnesota history.
Yeah, his that Finito remix he did. It's got
that whole wave. If people like that, because I know a lot of people, younger people, they probably if you knew about what was going on with that whole back and forth with, you know what I mean, those songs when they was doing that, then you know, like, that shit was real serious, man.
Mm-hmm.
That was really serious. So that's why it's like, to see him still kind of doing his thing after overcoming all that shit,
Mm-hmm.
gotta make the list. Tarzan is dope. Wasn't
Yeah.
he just at
He
wasn't
performed
just,
at our
yeah,
show.
I was
Yeah.
just gonna say, yeah.
Performed
Every
at our
time I
show.
see Tarzan, he was just at Taste of Rondo. That dude, every time he perform, he bring the energy. So yeah, Tarzan definitely make the list for sure.
I want to make sure I'm spelling. Oh yeah, A dots with 2 T's. I want to make sure I got that right for the record. All right. A dot Hilfiger. Who do you think belongs on this list next?
Man,
Not list. Let me.
yeah,
Not list.
not
March
list,
Madness
yeah,
bracket.
exactly. Man, I'm gonna have to go and add my boy, man. And I know a lot of people, they probably don't want to consider him a Minnesota because he don't be here like that, man. But I gotta go PB, man. Paul Blaze, man.
Yes, sir. Paul
I fuck with Paul
Blaze.
Blaze. He got like you know what I mean, like a weird Detroit different type of flow, which I fuck with. You know what I'm saying? Like, not like the typical Detroit flow, but like kind of like, remember when Rimble first came out, people thought he was from Detroit, where it's like he's just from Cali, different port. Like, Paul Blaze got like a different type of flow I fuck with personally. You know what I'm saying? Because I listen to lyrics and bars and shit. So even for me to pick him, people probably, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But just the way he words shit, the way he delivers it, the way he rides the beats, I gotta give love to Paul Blaze for sure.
Facts.
That's the homie.
Up next, I'm gonna show love to the guy that actually sent me this idea, and he has been going crazy these past couple years, and that's Haji.
Yeah.
Don't know exactly where is he. He's from. Is he a St. Paul or Minneapolis? I forget.
No, he from over north.
Over north,
He from over north.
I forget. So Haji, go up there. That's two Minneapolis North artists back to back right there. Shout out Haji. He been doing his thing. He got that PGF Nuke feature and much more than just that. But has been doing his thing with Minnesota Cold. Shout out Minnesota Cold as well. But
Shit,
Haji
he's
on
kind
the
of
list.
part of that same shit I was talking about with Tarzan. Like, he's a part of that era where like the drill shit actually hit St. Paul, you know what I'm, or hit Twin Cities, because they was all doing it. You know what I'm saying? So that shit was real. So yeah, I can see that pick, man. I'm gonna have to go for the next one, man. I think I'm gonna go and have my boy Kaleem the Dream, man.
There you
Because
go.
I feel like Kaleem, no, bro. Like, I know Kaleem. Like, Kaleem really like that when it comes to like bars and writing. Like, I always say it. Like, I wish we had like a battle rap community here with the artists. And I always would say Kaleem would be one of them, the top dudes on there that I feel like is just ill. You know what I mean? I'm not basing. We're not. You know, when I come with this list, I wasn't basing it on popularity. I was like, who the fuck moves? You know what I'm saying? Like, who gets my head moving when I'm listening to they shit? So Kaleem definitely on there, man. I love his responses to Louis Blaze.
To Louis Blaze and
yeah,
shit,
I love
too.
those joints.
Next one I'm gonna throw up here is someone that when we do this next year, he most likely will be in that mainstream category. Is NLU Skeet.
Yeah, bro. We were talking before this, y'all, because we were like, you know what? He damn near, should he be on that mainstream list? You know what I mean? I heard some shit about he doing his thing with his team and they about to meet with some labels. So I mean, you know what I mean? Shout out to the success, you know what I mean, they get for, you know what I mean, for them making dope shit. But yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie. If he's popular here.
Yeah.
He's gonna get a lot of votes.
He's gonna get a lot of.
He's gonna get a lot of votes. He's popular here. Like, dude is like, if you want to be real, when we think about it, he might be the closest one in Minnesota currently right now that hasn't gotten a major or make some noise. He's like right there. Like, homie got a foot in the door. So it's like, well, shit, we shall see. You know what I mean? How that shit turns out. But yeah, he definitely belongs in there.
Not bad. For all y'all that seen the black screen for a second, I was just moving some stuff around the screens that I didn't want y'all to see. But we're back. Who do you think should be up next then?
I'm gonna keep it with the bars, man. I'm gonna have to go with my boy June, man.
June the Kid?
Yeah, June the Kid, man. June the Kid is fucking, man. That motherfucker cold, bro. That he remind me of like.
That's definitely gonna be a sleeper pick.
Yeah, he's a sleeper pick. Like, if it was like the real, like, March Madness bracket, you know what I'm saying? And like, you had to go to face to face. Some of y'all think, oh, he ain't nobody. That's how you get popped in the mouth real quick. Bah! And he's on your ass because man, homie's dope. He underrated.
For all y'all that are just tuning in as well, I just seen Polito said Revy. We are currently doing the male bracket, and Revy was actually in the mainstream bracket. We're about to be, once we're done with this, the stream will be done, and people will be able to go back and watch what we did earlier. and whatnot. And also, the voting will take place on the Waterwave TV Instagram story and the Say No Mo podcast Instagram story in a couple days, because we will have to make the graphics for everything and announce it. But you guys are getting the first look on what is to come. But just know we probably will probably post the bracket later today, because I'm gonna whip it up as quick as I can. And then after that, we'll get the voting ready and probably start voting on Saturday. We'll probably start the voting right after our morning show on Saturday. Is kind of, I think, what the timeline might be. But next on the list, I want to throw out someone who has been just absolutely going on a tear this past year, past 365. One of our guys over here as well, and that's Qmo.
Okay.
Qmo definitely one a name that is new on the scene. You know, he just graduated high school like a year ago, and is a new name on the scene. But he has performed at a lot of shows, and honestly, at every show that I've done in the history of doing my shows, he has brought out the best crowd out of any person, any artist I have ever done a show with.
You done some shows,
and
now.
That's even talking Bobby Raps.
I was saying, that's what I just said. You've done some shows now. Like damn.
When it comes when we're talking has actually like the people that come to the crowd sing his music in the crowd, jump up and down, mosh pit back and forth. Qmo has brought out the best crowd every single time. Him and his homie Dan K that do events together.
Damn, that says a lot from you.
So I gotta throw him out there. I'll throw it out there as well. If not the best top 3 freestyler in the state too, and I want to set up a little like freestyle competition thing. I think at some point, and, invite all the some of the names that are on here and some more as well. But yeah.
All right, man. I know homie ain't been here for a little bit, man, but he still reps. You know what I mean? I gotta put my guy Reefer Ray on there, man. Super folks, man. Super folks. You know what I mean?
Super folks, best rapper.
Yeah, I gotta add Super folks on here.
Now we're getting to the point where some people are gonna have to start matching up against each other on this bracket pretty soon.
It's
spreading everyone out.
It's coming.
Let me see. Up next, this is another artist that is he's been doing his thing for multiple years out here. He's basically the king of the underground in Minnesota, and that is Zodiac. He headlined our last show that we did with Tarzan. He is like the king of the vamp scene in Minnesota.
Word.
You know what I mean? Like show up, wear all black, goth clique.
Goth shit, yeah.
He is him.
Emotion,
he is him. He's the Playboy Cardi of Minnesota in a sense. Like he controls that crowd, and and that's why I like to be here, because I have a lot of insight on like the youth and who's kind of doing their thing in the youth.
Definitely do.
And a lot of and you've said a lot of names who are a lot of lyrical ass guys that have been here doing their thing for a while. So I love how we're gonna kind of get a good balance of all these and everything in here. Who you got next?
Man, I'm gonna have to go with the young boy, man. G Money, man. G Money, man. I like, and it's fucked up because I'm conflicted because people know my stance on drill and that type of shit. But at the end of the day, that shit is dope. That shit is dope. You know what I'm saying? So stay safe, man. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta put G Money on there, man. And he around the same age. And he's how old is he?
I have no clue how old
these kids is like, I don't know how old they is now.
Move the bracket a little bit. I don't know how old G Money is exactly, but I have that remix he did made a lot of noise in Minnesota.
Man, that shit was cold, yeah.
It was super cold, yeah. Up next is another name that is almost on the verge of being Minnesota mainstream if we were really trying to count every single aspect of names being known, which, we're already past it, so we can't go back, but that's Tay Supreme.
Yeah.
I think he still carries that Minnesota underground feel.
Tay Supreme, yeah.
He still carries that like underground Minnesota feel. He hasn't had like that blow up song yet, that that super high recognition from a lot of outside sources, from an outside perspective looking in. I know him, he's performed in many states and opened up for a lot of huge artists, which you could, throw him in that Minnesota mainstream thing, but I would love to see him compete in this tournament with these names.
I think he definitely,
same with like an NLU Skeet and a Tarzan and all these other names. Like, I would love to see them compete with these names rather than competing against a Young Gravy and a Lizzo. And
I agree.
I just think, off of the level of just like where we're at currently with the thing.
What's that? What was that freestyle? What was the name of the freestyle? Was it Free Throw?
Free Throw, the last song he dropped. That shit was hard.
That shit was hard.
All of his music's hard, which is crazy. Tay Supreme, all of Tay Supreme's
He got that energy.
Hard.
He got that energy. Like, it's just, it's like almost like hard metal rap almost. You know what I'm saying? Like, the energy come with it.
So it makes me wonder why he like hasn't gotten put on yet. Like, it's just so it's random because his music, all of his songs are good. I don't think I've heard one bad song from Tay Supreme ever.
He might just have to
Like,
relocate and just start going other places. Because
yeah.
one thing that we can say, off topic, bro, people in Minnesota for some reason they unless they like know you or they're a part of it, they refuse to support you publicly,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a dangerous game when you're trying to do some shit that involves engagement. That's why you have to find your market. So I feel like maybe bro might need to move around a little bit because
Mm-hmm.
he's the type when he gets on, then Minnesota's gonna appreciate him.
Mm-hmm.
He the type to be like, man, fuck y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, but Minnesota's a weird place. But I just say, yeah, keep on doing your thing, boy. He definitely nice. Uh, I'm gonna go, man, for this one, man. I'm gonna definitely have to add this guy, man, because he woke up the mics. You know what I mean? I'm going with Louis Blaze,
Louis
man.
Blaze.
Yeah, Louis Blaze.
I think he belongs on here too. Mainly, honestly, if he didn't do that diss track, probably not.
He wouldn't have made it if he didn't do that diss
He wouldn't
track.
be on here, but
Diss tracks,
diss tracks.
plural.
So now people have to match up against each other. Now I think we've listed. We can play with it a little bit later, but I'll just throw him up against a tough opponent right away, and he'll figure
Facts.
just to see if he really got it like that. But up next, we got like 15 more slots to fill, I believe. This a lyrical rapper. I'm not sure if you're familiar with, but Logic brought him out on stage when he was on tour. He doesn't like sign him or anything, but he's co-signed him and talked about him a little bit, and that is Jay Zoll. If you haven't heard of him,
Somebody in the chat literally just said his name right before you said that shit, though.
Really?
I swear to God.
Well, there you go. So, there's some credibility in the chat. I haven't been looking at the chat like that
Yeah, I'm
because
looking at
I
it right now. It's
have a
going crazy.
lot going on in front of me right now.
They definitely.
But we'll throw Jay Zoll in there. Start off matchup. I'm trying to I'm trying to keep like some lyrical guys on both sides, so like it could potentially be like a lyrical championship,
yeah.
or it could be like a just so like like they could go
Match
up against
up.
each other and it could see who really is what kind of genre. Because this is more than the names, but also the type of music they make. In my opinion, of like who's gonna win, like where's Minnesota like what kind of music is Minnesota fucking with, and this may even give some people like a insight on maybe I should start making this type of music. But Jay Zoll, he can go against Paul Blaze first round. Let's throw him in there against Paul Blaze. Who you got next, though?
Man, a lot of people, they going to be like, who the fuck is this? I'm about to name, and y'all got to just tune in, man. But this is like real P music, real player music, man. I got to roll with Rico 600, man, coming out of St. Paul. He dropped West Side with featuring what's homie's name? JoJo. What the hell is homie's name? I think you had him on your podcast, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe you didn't. But he's an R&B singer, real dope song. He dropped KG. He dropped mad visuals all summer. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all tap in to Rico 600, man.
I'm definitely going to have to tap in more after this.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, if y'all just tuning in, man, this ain't no list. We out here shouting out some people that we've seen doing they thing.
Yeah,
This ain't no top
yeah.
list. Because there's some artists that I'm not going to be saying that I would put in the top, top 32 list for sure. Up next, I got to show some love to the Hmong community. One of the hardest rappers from St. Paul that I have tapped in with since the earliest days. One of my first 5 interviews I ever did, and that's Kid Swami.
Kid Swami.
Are you familiar with him at all?
Nah, bro. That's why when you said St. Paul Mug, I'm like, I thought you was gonna say like Chinchilla or some shit. Shout out to Chinchilla too.
Chinchilla's fire too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but I never heard of him. I'm gonna have to check him out.
Kid Swami, he also did a feature with PGF Nuke when he was in town, but he got put on. He did a feature with Stupid Young like 4 years ago, and he's another Asian rapper from LA, and that helped build his name a lot too. But I want to throw Kid Swami in here.
That's a good pick.
We'll put him. He can go right there. Who you got?
Man, I'm gonna have to keep it St. Paul, bro. I gotta go with one of the OGs. Well, I call him an OG in the rap game because he's been rapping for like a minute, and he sounds like to me he sounds like a mainstream artist. Mac C, you know what I'm saying? Mac C in the building, man.
Mac C, like M-A-C.
M-A-C-C. Mac C, man. Mac C is fucking dope.
He can put him right there, I guess. All right, up next, I want to show love to another rising star who is another person that we do a lot of shows with and work really close with, part of the crew over here, and that's Trace and Green.
Mm-hmm.
Another name who is making definitely a different type of sound than most artists are out here, and that's what I appreciate about his music. Not a lot of people are making music that sounds like his, and I'd like to see more change because there's a lot of there's a lot of artists out here that make very similar music or that are copying people from
Copy.
other states
Yeah.
and whatnot. But Trayson has been an artist that has been rising. He's worked with a lot of big names with the Bobby Raps, Party Alones, and whatnot. Oh yeah, and Party Alone's another name that I was gonna put on the mainstream list, but he hasn't dropped like any rap music. But he does rap, but it's just not what he's pushing himself right now. So that's why he wasn't on like the mainstream list and whatnot. But yeah, we got Trayson Green for the first round. Not in the first round, but to put him up here. Just throw him down there next to Juice Lord. We'll put the one of the most lyrical guys on here up against one of the most like I don't even know like flow. What's that shit called? Not different genre than lyrical, basically.
Yeah,
Different type of rap, but melodic rap. That's what melodic rap versus. We'll see. We'll see who wins that one. But who you got?
Man, I'm gonna have to roll with Free God, man. Free God Savvy, man.
Free God Savvy is hard.
Yeah, Free God Savvy.
He was just in here a couple weeks ago to do a DJ Low show with us.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, shout out to Free God Savvy, man. That nigga be holding it down. For real, for real.
He gonna have to go up against Cashinova first round.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Two different type of flows, two different. Yeah, that's good. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Let me pull up my notes. Up next. This is an artist that is back on the scene. Made a huge noise a long time ago, but now he's back, and I want to put Vo on this list. I feel like we got to throw Vo up there. If you agree with that, I think it's worth putting on there. If you,
I mean, he can make the list for sure, but I wasn't feeling that freestyle he did when he.
Oh, that same spot that Skeet went to.
Shit was ass. That's just my opinion. I think, like you said, back before when he was on, he definitely dropped some shit too. But
I'll tell you, we'll put him up against Zodiac. We'll give him a
We'll
give him a tough. We'll give him. I kind of like how this is going. There's a lot of different genres going up against each other in the first round. We'll put him up against a little tough opponent and see if he can show out.
Yeah, we
see
do
if
that.
he can show out.
We can do that. We can do that. Because I the support.
Because I think he belongs. I think like his career, what he's done in the Minnesota scene is definitely more than a lot of other names.
That's a fact. I'll give, yeah, especially for what like that lane, that drill shit. Yeah, for sure.
But
you can't knock that.
Who you got?
Man, I'ma keep this shit. See, man, so much. I'm gonna go with Kush, man. I got Kush 2 times, man.
Kush 2 times.
I like Kush 2 times, man. You know what I'm saying? He literally produces and motherfucking raps, does his own shit. You know what I'm saying? He dropped the album Forever Me. Make sure y'all check that out. I think Kush definitely belongs on this list just because he's able to do both. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these rappers can't freestyle. I mean, they can't rap and make their own beats and come up with a song. So we gotta get Kush his motherfucking love for sure.
There we go. Let's see. We've said a lot of names. So
we got some
another. All right. So another name that has to be on here, and it sucks because I wish we could do a duo, but I don't want to do any duos or any groups on here. But that's Mac Turner.
I've been you know what's the funniest shit, bro? I used to get Mac Turner and Prince Riley like confused, bro. I'm like, who's who? You know what I'm saying? I'm so confused. But yeah, I definitely would think Mac Turner should be on that list for sure. He definitely
and I like when I meant in duos, I would say Mac Turner and Prince Riley would be the duo if we could put duos on here, but I'm not really trying to do duos. And if we are picking one of the two, Mac Turner is the one that's usually like the front runner of the group. When it comes to being like who's on the flyer going on tour with Prof and who is like the main name I personally hear the most in Minnesota. I hear a lot more Mac Turner than Prince Riley, but I hear more than both those names. I hear more Royal Family Music Group. So if we were putting groups on here, it would say Royal Family Music Group, but we'll let Mac Turner represent that group for a whole for us.
I could agree with that. See, now I was gonna put I'm gonna mention him, but I was gonna put him on here, but correct me if I'm wrong. He hasn't been dropping. Jack Bentley?
He hasn't, I don't think.
I was gonna put you on there, Jack, but you gotta drop more, brother. So you know what I mean? Just start dropping more. And then we'll be back here because I like what you do, but
he does have and I would say even personally, like he definitely has a lot of motion, but I haven't heard like a standout track from him. You know what I mean? But in overall artist sense, he's way ahead of a lot of people in Minnesota.
Yeah, for sure.
But there hasn't been that one song that has like, oh damn, that's Jack Bentley did that one. You know what I mean?
exactly.
But he's actually gonna be here on Saturday for the
Oh, word?
DJ Low show.
Oh, hell yeah.
So he gonna talk his shit back and say I should have been on that March Madness thing. I
Yeah,
guess.
but he can't. So let me do my original pick, man. I'm gonna have to go. Oh man, it's just getting kind of hard now.
I know, cause now it's like, damn, we gotta pick. And
Yeah,
choose.
I know. Now I'm really like trying to be like real careful with the shit, man. Man, this is another guy that people probably don't know. If they do, they do. I got Rella World K, man. Rella World K is a St. Paul artist, man.
How you spell that?
RELLA.
World K.
Yup. K is like KAY. He's dope. He got like a lot of pain music. You know what I mean? It kind of goes back to the old essence of hip hop, like that DMX type of shit. People need to check him out. You know what I'm saying? Like he dropped one of the hardest songs last summer. It was really one of the hardest songs. Shit, St. Paul, we was banging that shit. Everybody was, but yeah, I definitely got to put him on the list. So hey, get to working, K. Let's go.
And up next, like I said, we ain't. No matter how many times you get your friends to say names in our YouTube comments or in the fucking Instagram comments, it ain't gonna change what our last minute decisions unless we're like, holy shit, completely blanked on that person.
Like
but
on one person. Now that you just said that.
we still got some spaces though.
Okay, cool.
But I'm just saying, like just because you get some people in here to comment your name, like you should be on here, it still don't change how we feel about your music at the end of the day. And how we feel about who should be on here. And we already reiterated it earlier, if we could put everybody on here, we wish we could. If there wasn't just an auto generator that we could just let someone make it for us and do everything for us, we could. But up next, another young cat that I think could blow up any day as well, kind of like that A Dot, is Joe Gliz.
Joe Gliz?
Joe Gliz.
Joe Gliz.
I believe he's from BP as well. But he's like he gets a lot of views compared to a lot of other people in the scene out here. So we'll put him up against the young cat up against one of the OGs, Reefer Ray, at the beginning, and just to see if he can if we can pass the torch in a sense.
That's real. I'm gonna add my next pick is gonna be somebody from Free World, man. I fuck with this dude. I think his sound cold. I fuck with everything he do. Really, Vinny Bands, man.
See now that.
How you feel about that?
I really like Vinny Bands. But he's from Detroit, and he just moved out here like a year ago.
So you don't want to. We can't. But he's a part of Free World.
But he is a part of Free World, and he reps Minnesota, and he says he wants to rep Minnesota.
We'll put an asterisk by
so
that.
we can put him up there if you.
Nah, you know what? I'm gonna have to ask him. Can we call? What you know what I'm saying? Like
we'd have to do it right here, right now, because this is gonna be finalized in about a few minutes.
You know what? Since you said that, it's too much to think about. Yeah, we're not.
Just because
that's
he
fair.
hasn't been in Minnesota for very long.
Yeah, he just came here.
You know what I mean? That's the only thing I would say. He definitely reps Minnesota pretty hard, but he hasn't been out here very long. So I could just see that being that's the only issue I would say. Or else I say Vinny Bands makes really, really good music for sure. But he hasn't been in Minnesota very long.
I'll give you that. All right. For that pick, well, I'll skip that and I agree with that. I'll add this dude's more like he's an artist to me. He's not even really like a rapper, but we gonna do that. Gotta add Calvino, man.
Okay, there we go.
Gotta add Calvino, man, for real, bro. Doing some amazing.
He definitely
shit.
got some rap tracks out too, but he has been pushing that Plug and B R&B Afro vibe as well.
I fuck with it.
But his most recent few tracks have rap, so we could throw him in there for shorty.
We already got Jay Plaza. He on the mainstream one, y'all.
Jay Plaza. Like if you guys missed it, the stream will be done right when we're done with this. And you can go back and watch who we picked in the mainstream and the female bracket. And like I said, man, if you don't agree with us, you don't have to vote. You can keep your opinions to yourself. Damn, how many spots we got?
I was gonna say, how many spots is left?
1, 2, 3, 4 spots left.
2 picks each.
God damn. Damn, there's so many names on this list too that I want to put on there.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, this is getting tough right here, bro. Man, I know what's homies and I'm not picking right now. I'm just saying mentioning because I don't think we said his name. What's homie's name with the dreads with the face tattoo? He got like that hype type of music. Swervo,
Suavo 80 TMG.
Did we say him?
No, but he's one of the names I'm debating in my head right now.
I was debating him too.
Should we throw him up there?
I think he's on there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cause he's been making good noise too, and I have heard a lot of people say his name
Yeah, he's nice.
as of recent, as of the past few months. So we could definitely throw him up there.
Hey man, my next pick is gonna be very controversial, but it's okay.
Who's that?
I gotta put Bird number. What's the name? Bird 9. Hey, JK feeling this shit.
The guy that dropped that funny song. That
Hell yeah, I gotta put him on.
And
there,
it's another thing too, man. This shit is for fun. Don't take this to the heart, man. This shit is for fun. All right. Bird, do you want to spell it?
Man, what the fuck is his name? I think it's Bird.
This shit is for fun, man. We having fun.
This shit up, man. I was just talking to Hobie. Oh man. Bird 9-5.
Polito NZ is on the female one. I'm now looking at the chat, and everyone's saying a bunch of names that have already been on
Yeah, I was gonna say a lot of the names that y'all naming, we either are probably named them or y'all missed it.
Yeah. So how do you spell it? Is it just Bird and then
Bird 9-5? Yep, just
like,
Bird. Just
and then
not
95, like the numbers?
Yep, just Bird 9-5. Yeah. Hey,
right,
I ain't gonna lie. His delivery is catchy as fuck.
Okay.
Like the motherfucker got one of those voices where it's like I don't know. He's captivating. So that was probably one of the funniest songs I've heard in a minute, bro. I was in this bitch rolling when I heard that shit for the first time.
And if you don't know some of these names on there, just tap in with them. I bet you're gonna like one of their songs.
He said, "But stop it."
Oh,
Hey, we just having fun, bro. I just got to put them on there because I feel like that song is worth mentioning. That shit was a good song.
Fuck. So
We got two more.
we got 2 more spots.
I got.
Man, there's so many other names I want to put on here too.
I like Paul Blaze's little homie, or dude that be with Paul Blaze. I don't want to call him a little homie. My bad. I don't know how niggas be. Homie that's be with Paul Blaze.
Dusky?
Yeah.
He's from the Bay though too.
Oh, see, well he don't, so he can't even count.
But he been here for a little bit longer. But I would just say I would say with all the Minnesota options we have in front of us, we shouldn't stretch too far with people that just moved out here, if that makes sense in your mind. But who I want to put on here next is Nucky. I feel like Nucky needs to be on here. We put
Nucky, my boy, man.
Juice Lord, we put Kaleem the Dream, and Nucky is just up there with them when it comes down to lyricism. So I feel like Nucky has to be on here. And this last one, we might have to.
Now this last one's gonna be hard
because there is. So we can even throw out some names and debate it. But
I was just about to say let's throw out some names.
There's one that I'm seeing in the chat a lot is Ty Stick. There's another one that's been Cartel Kari. I'm not too familiar with his music. I think I've heard a couple of his songs.
People say
but I'm
John
not.
Ray a lot.
I have listened John Ray. Damn, fuck. And like I haven't Baby Shell. Damn, bro. There's so many names. This shit's fuck. But Baby Shell hasn't done much.
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
So we gotta put John Ray on here, don't we?
Kind of by default.
John Ray.
We dropped the ball. I didn't even. It's fucked up. I didn't even. He's so just here. I didn't even have him on the list. But homie definitely got to make the man. Fuck, bro.
John Ray versus Lil Shine, round 1. The oldest of the G's versus the newest of the new.
Yeah.
Do we want to? So
it's John Ray, bro.
Let's look over this. Because we don't have to submit this exactly right now. Maybe we can see if we want to swap anybody out.
We might have to.
We can see now that we have a list of people that we didn't fit on here.
Bro, did Riley make the list?
Who?
Did we put Prince Riley on?
No, because that's what I said. We kind of have to choose.
Yeah, okay, you did say that.
Prince Riley and Mac Turner.
Yep. Okay.
Because they're basically like not the same person, but when it comes down to fan base and everything, it's like you choose one or the other at the end of like for a March Madness thing. Because I would love to put Royal Family Music Group, but
you know what? Maybe what we could do is could John Ray make that mainstream list if Jay Plaza did? Because I definitely think he's bigger than.
We do have open spots. We have 4 spots open on the mainstream.
Yeah, bro.
list.
We got to move John Ray to the mainstream. We got to move John Ray to the mainstream.
All right. So if you guys are just tuning in, we did the mainstream picks first. So we will move John Ray into the Minnesota mainstream. Not that he is a mainstream artist around the country.
He's bigger than he's got. Like, yeah, bro. We got to. It's like a free. Like if you put him on the list with these guys, it's like a free spot for him automatically. So it's like not even fair to them just because.
All right, so I'm just throwing. So we got one spot open that we can debate on. Some names that could go either way. I got Prince Williams, Chase a Bag, KP Skizzo. Shit, we ran through a lot of the other ones already. I got those 3. Westside Kobe, who was King Savage. And yeah, and then other than that, we kind of went through most of my list. So I got those three to debate on. I don't know. I don't know how much King Savage has been dropping this past.
I ain't heard music from him in a minute,
Yeah,
bro.
I know he dropped like right when he got out,
Can't make
but
the list for me.
yeah. So maybe we got Tarzan. We got Tarzan on there to represent their crew. Um, but yeah, I don't like unless is it. Let's do a quick scroll to the chat. We got one spot left, man.
Yeah, this shit hard.
We
I ain't
got
gonna
Ty
lie.
Stick as an option.
Tie Stick is definitely fire.
Like music artists out here on the music off of the music he makes. So
So see, I think P Will might get that last spot. Then when's the last time he dropped? He dropped recently, or he's?
I don't think he's dropped too recently, but I mean, shit. Some of the other people on here might not have
Yeah,
dropped very recently either,
facts.
because this is deeper than just like this 2023 or whatever.
Yeah, we might have to give it to P Will then, man, for that last spot. Honestly, because this shit is.
So he did drop he dropped a tape in January. So he did drop this year. He dropped a tape this year. I honestly didn't even know. I'm sleeping.
Yeah,
That's
P
fucking
Will.
crazy.
P Will's on there.
I love that Rich Love song he made where he shouts out like every Minnesota brand in the song.
Yeah,
It's pretty fire.
yeah, we got to put P Will on there then, by just off GP.
All right. So I think this is final. Do we want to do one last overlook? If you want to swap anyone out. There's some names on here. Hey, there's some names on here I don't even know, but Wayne's out here helping too, and I threw some names on here Wayne don't know. So we out here, we intermingle in different groups out here.
It's a lot of nice, like you said, like before y'all. It's a lot of dope rappers out here. We like he said, everybody cannot make the list because there is some dope people out here that's doing their shit. But man, I'm good. I'm good with the picks.
You good with this?
I'm good with the picks I made, man.
I think I'm good too, man. Regardless, we ain't going. No one's. I know everyone's gonna be happy. If we took one name off, put another one on.
Somebody
they gonna
said
be
Cartel Kari swap for Rico, Ty Stick swap for Free God. No.
There you go. Our decisions have been made.
They funny as hell.
We can't. Because this thing is like we can't let the chat just make the list for us, right?
Yeah, y'all definitely get some insight, but
Let me, because maybe I'm just the most sleep. I feel like I just haven't heard nobody say Cartel Kari's name until this chat right now. Like
Bro,
I've never
I've
had
never-
one person say his name ever until this chat here right now, which is like
I swear
a
to
thing,
God.
right? Which is like a thing where it's like if you just get your supporters to show up to the picking, I don't know. I'm sure he's fire, and I know who I've heard of him, but I've heard of a lot of people that are
Jake
fire.
just
too,
said
but
that dude's not even from here.
Cartel Kari's not even
Nah,
from here?
what's his? How I say his name? Savino. How the fuck do I say that? dude's
Suavo
name?
not from here?
Yeah, you just say he's not from here.
Whoa.
If he's not from here, then we might have them. Yeah. So see,
I thought Suavo was from here. He's been at the Red Sea like every fucking time I've seen him rap, ain't he? Been no or no? Is he not from here?
he's not. If he's not from here, he can't be on the list.
I need to call him
He
right
said-
now.
He said he's from Memphis.
Mm.
Well, then if that's the case, Free God Savvy's not. Well, because he's from Louisiana.
I don't know.
See, we might have to go back. I'm pretty sure he's from Louisiana. We might have
But
to go.
how long? Because the thing is, like, it's up to me a little bit more. Is like, how long have you been out here? Because like we put Lizzo on the mainstream one, but she moved here when she was 7
Yeah.
or some shit like that. So shit. I mean, we could. I'm down to take them off, and we can just shout them out. We can shout them out where they're from, and then that opens up 2 more
I
spots.
don't know, bro, because at the end of the day, they're not there. They're here, and they're repping
Here.
here. I don't think we can. They're not if they get on from working here.
Because yeah, and like
they're
even
not going
Reaper
to be
Ray's
called
from
Memphis.
Chicago,
Yeah.
but he's been here for a long ass time. And if you've been here for at least like 4 or 5 years, making music here for 4 or 5 years, you're a Minnesota.
Yeah,
artist.
and they rep it though. That's what I'm saying. Like, and it's not like if they was to get on from what they doing right now, they're not gonna be called Memphis. Like fucking Ludacris was born in Chicago. He's considered an Atlanta rap. You know what I'm saying? Same Jeezy was not born in Atlanta, but he's considered that because that's where he came from. That's where he came up out of. So I don't know, bro. Cause I didn't even know that he wasn't from here till he just said that shit. Cause all I do is I thought he was just a Minneapolis dude. And we understand the melting pot, but I don't know.
Well-
Free guy's repping Minnesota. He I'm sorry, yeah, he's staying on the list.
So do we keep Suavo though?
Yeah, bro, if these people This dude fucker. Polito, shut up, bro.
Yeah, I'd say Suavo reps that man pretty hard.
Yeah, I was gonna say Suavo and Free
And same-
God
and
is
that goes
repping
back
Minnesota.
to the that goes back to the Vinny Band's decision too. But he is very, very new to the city.
Yeah,
like
He's
very new to the city.
I didn't realize he was only 21.
Yeah, I think just turned 21.
Yeah, he's young. I didn't realize that.
So shout out Vinny Bands. You can definitely get the honorable mention because Rifa threw it out there, but we're definitely just to keep it like as a Minnesota thing.
Yeah, they're
like,
repping Minnesota.
I mean?
So
Yeah, Vinny Bands is rep Minnesota, but it's like he hasn't been out here as long. I don't think, but shit, maybe he has. I don't fucking know. Maybe
I don't think so. I think you're right about that.
Yeah, maybe
So, yeah, I mean, we keeping them, y'all. We gotta keep Free God. We gotta keep.
So we got this is the list final. That's the final list right here. Cameras are almost dead. This is longer than I thought.
Yeah,
I
hell yeah.
didn't have them plugged in while we were going.
Hell yeah.
Suave needs to stay on too. Otherwise, they're trying to take out heavy hitters and put their own
Facts,
people on.
yo. They definitely try to take out the heavy hitters. You know, we gotta keep them. Yeah,
That's why I didn't even want to look at the chat this whole time. But hey, this is the list.
This the list.
This the list. We here.
We explain why. So if y'all wanna watch and see, don't make a subliminal post and be like, I don't know why they did that. We just explained it. So listen.
We just broke this whole thing down for an hour for y'all. So that was our choices for the reasons we made them. No, this is not a list of the best artists. This dude put Bird95 on here. It's not the list of the best artists. All right.
That's what I'm trying to say, bro. This is like some fun shit. Like
we're having fun.
Bird95 did something that caught my attention. He made the list just so simply off of that.
Have some fucking fun for once. All right. Don't get your panties in a bunch.
I'll be okay.
Don't go run into your friends. Don't go run into your army to try to fucking say that we suck and don't know what we're talking about, man. We just
don't do that, please.
we know more art. Like and most of the people that say like, why am I not on there? Whatever. If I even asked you who you listen to, you would say, oh, I just listen to myself. So you don't even listen to other people.
Exactly.
Like most artists out here don't listen to other artists. So I understand why you think you and your crew is like the top artist in the game because you don't listen to everybody. But man, this was Ricky. That was Wayne. If you want to vote on these, it should be live in the next couple days. I'm going to try to make the graphics by the end of the day to promote it, and then you'll be able to vote on the Waterwave TV Instagram as well as the Say No Mo podcast Instagram, probably on Saturday after our live stream. So just be on the lookout for that. If not earlier, we might do it a little bit earlier.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes. Just be on the lookout. Check out our Instagrams, and we'll be posting soon. Oh, there goes my camera. I'm black screen. Put it on you to finish it. But yeah, anything else you'd like to say before we end off?
No, man, this was fun, man. Make sure y'all tune into the polls and make sure y'all engage with it like how y'all did in the chat. Understand we doing this for fun, so don't take it too serious. You know what I mean? It's cool with you feeling some type of way, but don't take it too serious. You know what I'm saying? Just keep on working. This shit is just fun, man. So this was dope.
Yep. Thank y'all for tuning in, and make sure you vote.